It's the final career home game for 15 Bella Vista Broncos seniors and the final regular season home game of for the entire team here as the 2005 regular season campaign winds down. The Broncos, after a crushing loss at home last week to Christian Brothers, find themselves in need of a win over a very tough and highly touted Woodcreek team this week and another win at struggling Vista del Lago next week to qualify for the playoffs. Now, whether they get a playoff berth remains to be seen after that. But the main objective tonight is to send the 15 seniors out with a win in their final game at Bronco Stadium. BV is hoping for another standout performance from junior running back Devon Norwood, who piled up 318 rushing yards last week and is now over 1,100 for the season. Woodcreek is led by quarterback Josiah Melendez, who is a dual-threat quarterback. He can throw early and often and is not afraid to take off running. His 1,433 passing yards a second only to Intercom's Brody Cole in the Capital Valley Conference. Woodcreek, by the way, lost a close one to Intercom last week. Question is, will the Timberwolves bounce back this week, or can BV stun the world with an upset tonight on senior night? We'll find out together right here on BV Live Sports. Hello, everybody. George Tharlson and Aaron Keogh. Welcome to our coverage tonight, senior night. A beautiful night. Some clouds, as you can see behind us in the sky, but no threat of rain, at least until tomorrow. But this isn't tomorrow; it's tonight. So lots going on tonight. We're going to have a football game, and we're going to honor senior members of the football team, the cheerleading squad, and the band tonight. And as you saw earlier, it's all getting set, and we're all getting ready. But a lot of excitement in the air tonight for senior night.
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, before the game and all that, which we'll get into, I mean, you have to just take a minute and recognize these cheerleaders and dance team and band members and football players that have dedicated so much time as student athletes at Bella Vista. For many of these student athletes, this is 4 years, a culmination of 4 years of hard work and dedication to what they're doing. And so it's really nice to be able to spoil them a little bit here before the game and recognize them and their efforts and let them and their families enjoy in the festivities.
Got a look there. I believe that's the JV team that's on a knee right now, getting their post-game conversations after I believe it was a 24-0 loss to Woodcreek for the JV squad. The football players, the senior members of the football team, will be called out and honored, as we mentioned, and of course the cheerleaders and the band as well. For the game tonight, Bella Vista is looking to bounce back from really disappointment, crushing. It's a game they should have won last week, and so this week in practice had to be. It had to be kind of like a positive approach to the practice and try and build them back up and get them ready to go and take the field once again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, hopefully most of you saw that right here live on BV Live Sports a week ago with that high-scoring game with so many points. I mean, just the energy exerted to come up short was just so devastating, as you mentioned, and just really a crushing blow. And so focus this week on practice has really been fundamentals, focusing on getting back to basics, and really try to come back here for senior night and pull off a big upset against a very, very good Woodcreek team.
Okay, so what we're about to try now is live streaming at its best. Brandon Simpson, our sideline reporter, his son Cody is going to walk at senior night, so he's down there for that. We're just going to try and see if Brandon's there and might be able to give us some flavor of what's going on downstairs. Brandon, you with us?
So I can barely hear you guys. I can hear you perfect for about 10 seconds, then not at all for 5 or 10 seconds, so we'll give this a try. I'm down here in this line with all these seniors, football, band, cheerleaders, getting ready to walk through that Bronco head, get the pictures with the parents, the grandparents, the siblings. As you guys know, because you guys have both had seniors graduate from here, I'm sure it's going to be an emotional time for a lot of us.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll check in with Brandon a little bit more after senior night is over. He's got you did this last year, and so you know what he's going through. He mentioned that, yeah, I had a senior go through, but I actually skipped the senior night activities because we had a live stream going on.
Sure.
And I kind of had to deal with that. But it's a special time here for the guys as they walk and they get this special recognition.
Yeah, I mean, a little hard for me to believe a little bit. My wife and I were talking earlier today that a year ago we were here doing this with our oldest Max, who's now, playing at Sierra at that next level. And, for some of these athletes and band members and dance team and cheerleaders, they'll have aspirations beyond. And for a lot of them, this will be it. And so, it's just a really great time and grateful we have good weather to be able to celebrate them tonight.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our players to watch for tonight's game as we get ready for senior night to get underway. For Woodcreek, it all starts with Josiah Melendez. We mentioned his 1,433 passing yards. The guy can run, he can pass, there's all kinds of stuff that he can do. I guess one of the things for Bella Vista, if you want to get a little alliteration going in here, manage Melendez.
Yeah, they're going to have to manage him, and that really starts in the trenches with the defensive line. They're going to have to get penetration through to put pressure on Melendez to force some throws, and hopefully that'll turn those into interceptions in Bella Vista's favor.
This next line, both notes are very impressive. 71% pass completions and no interceptions.
Yeah.
That's really incredible.
I mean, yes, that's very, very good.
He had a pretty good game, I believe, last week against Indercom as well. Oh, Bella Vista's in red tonight, by the way. We'll get that. We'll talk more about that as we go on, but they're getting ready to take the field as we get senior night underway. Melendez averaging 179 passing yards per game and second leading rusher on the team as well. So, yeah, he's kind of the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, football's a team sport, but when you have somebody like Melendez there, that can really be a big difference in the game.
His leading receiver, number 0, is Trace Murchison. 34 receptions on the year, 685 yards and 7 touchdowns. The leading rusher is Blake Hastings. He and Melendez combined are near 1,000 yards. So it's almost as if they're going to kind of share the rushing duties in this one. But you got to watch for Blake Hastings and what he's going to do. 550 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then, as an old lineman, I had to bring this one up. Number 67, Jasper Liggins. It says he's got 5 rushing touchdowns, but his total rushing yards are 12 yards for the year. So that tells me that he's like their Refrigerator Perry guy.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Refrigerator Perry. Yeah, I think that what makes Woodcreek's offense so lethal is the fact that you said it. With Melendez and Hastings being able to rush either one, but Melendez can throw too, you're going to have to watch both.
We will pick up Bella Vista on the players to watch in just a second. Right now, we are going to join the senior night activities.
With our 4-year player and captain, number 4, Jimo Perez.
Hold on. They're still running a little behind. Okay, go ahead and announce this stuff.
He is escorted by his parents, grandparents, and his younger brother. His favorite football memory was being sick at practice. He took a big hit, and snot shot out his nose all over his visor.
Next up. Okay.
Number 4, football player, 4-year player. Number 8, Alan Remington. He is being escorted out by his mom and his older brother. His favorite football memory is getting the first win after going 0-10 last season.
What do you want? You need to talk louder and have the for your wife.
Number 10,
Thomas Lonnie.
He's being escorted by his mom, dad, and older brother. His parents are proud of his scholarship to play lacrosse at Dominican University. 4-year football player and captain, number 11, Nate DeLucchi. He is being escorted by his family, and his favorite memory is playing against his friends from Del Campo and coming away with the win.
We're going to pause for a second. All right, go ahead.
Next, number 15, Sam Pennington. He is being escorted by his mom, sister, and niece. His favorite football memory is kicking his first field goal.
Go ahead.
4-year football player, number 17, Gage Titus. He is being escorted by his mom, sister, and niece. His favorite football memory is kicking his first field goal. 4-year football player, number 17, Gage Titus. He is being escorted by his mom, sister, and niece. His favorite football memory is kicking his first field goal. 4-year football player, number 17, Gage Titus. Gage is being escorted by his mom, dad, and grandma, aunt, and friends. His favorite football memory is going to football camp in Tahoe. Next, number 19, Cooper Thorne. Cooper is being escorted by his mom, dad, and younger sister. His favorite football memory is the 6-7 party at Nom's room during the Tahoe summer camp. Four-year football player number 20, Kodiak Simpson. He is escorted by his dad, mom, and sister. His favorite memory was catching an interception. Number 26, Micah Green. He is being escorted by his mom and younger brother. His favorite memory is the weekly team dinners. Four-year football player and captain number 44, Dominic Ferrarini. Dom is being escorted by his dad, mom, and siblings. His favorite football memory is beating Del Campo. Four-year football player number 50, Trenton Tamani. He's being escorted by his mom, dad, stepmom, younger sister, and younger brother. His favorite football memory is going out to eat with his teammates after games. Number 53, Curtis Jenkins. He's being escorted by his parents and family. His favorite football memory is getting a pick six after Antelope High School. Four-year football player and varsity captain number 54, Joaquin Vera. He is being escorted by his dad, mom, stepmom, brothers, and sisters. His favorite football memory is being able to walk out onto the football field for his first and last time.
Park him in the front, Hillary.
Four-year football player number 66, Wyatt Lewin. He's being escorted by his parents. He'll be serving a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Four-year player number 75, Chase Jones. He is being escorted by his mom. One of Chase's favorite football memories is playing CASA freshman year and finishing as the best BV freshman team in years. That's it. Yep. Now do I say this?
No, you can just, yeah, now our sports medicine club.
Now our sports medicine club seniors. 3-year sports medicine student, Jada Beloberg. She is being escorted by her dad, mom, brother, and sister. She is attending Oregon State University to earn her bachelor's in psychology. 2-year sports medicine, Michael Coons. He is being escorted by his parents. 4-year sports medicine student Nora Gutierrez is being escorted by her mom and dad. One of her favorite memories is getting ready for home games with her sports med friends. And now our cheerleaders. Varsity cheerleader Madison Alvarado. She's being escorted by her mom, dad, and sisters. Her favorite memory is cheering for her first homecoming. 3-year cheer varsity Mara Cosley. She is being escorted by her mom, dad, and grandma. Her favorite cheer memory is staying up late at cheer camp and bonding with her team. Varsity cheer captain, A Miracle Thomas. She is being escorted by all the people she loves. Her memories is spending the last 3 years with her cheer friends and being cheer captain this year. Varsity cheerleader, Alexa Vallejo. She is being escorted by her mom, dad, family, and boyfriend. Alexa plans to attend med school and become an anesthesiologist. Varsity cheer captain, Lucy Velastegui. She is joined by her mom and dad and boyfriend. Lucy's favorite cheer memory is winning at Nationals sophomore year. Varsity cheer, Madison Woodruff. She's being escorted by her mom, dad, and her brother. Her favorite cheer memory is being asked to apply to be a U.S. cheer staff member at cheer camp. It's band time.
We have a cheerleader that is not on here.
Where?
Oh, no, that's band. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Natalie Agus. Natalie is escorted by her mother. Her favorite memory of dance is seeing all the team's hard work pay off at Nationals. Marching band, Peter Anderson. Peter is being escorted by his mom and Nana. Tess Bowman. Tess is escorted by her father, Chad Bowman. She has enjoyed all 4 years of band as the only female trumpet player. Lene Barney. Lene is escorted by her mother and father. Her favorite band memories are the late night bus rides back from the competitions. Dance and color guard captain, Cambria Billingsley.
No memories after cheer.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
cheer's done. Yeah, I'm saying like her theme.
So now? She is being escorted by her parents and 3 brothers. One of her favorite memories is dance with BV alumni at the homecoming halftime show. Marching band, Cody Bloom.
He's being escorted by his father and mother. You didn't.
He is being escorted by his father, mother, and his little sisters. Color guard, Sam Brown. Sam is escorted by their mother and father. You tell me when.
Go ahead.
Four-year band member and brass captain, Hayden Clark. Hayden is being escorted by his mother, father, and brother. Band member Parker Cohen. He's being escorted by his mom and dad. Marching band Iris Davis. Iris is being escorted by her mom, dad, stepmom, younger sister, and grandparents. Kiyomi Fielden. Oh, Kiyomi Fielden.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Dance and color guard, Kiyomi Fielden. She is escorted by her biggest fans, her parents, her sister, and her boyfriend. Dance and color guard, Carly Greathouse. Carly is being escorted by her mom and dad. Dance and color guard, Kathleen Knox. Kathleen is being escorted by her parents. Marching band, Kai McKinnon. Kai is being escorted by his mom and dad. Marching band, Arya Monbot.
You can read that memory.
Is being escorted by his mom and dad. His favorite marching band memory was playing during the night rally. Marching band, Andre Olivas. He's being escorted by his mom, dad, grandma, and sisters. Marching band, Samina. Samina is escorted by mother, sister, brother, and her favorite memory is the Jazz Santa Cruz trip. Do I say participant or member?
I would say participant. That's what they wrote these. Okay.
Four-year marching band participant, Miley Ryan. Miley is being escorted by mother, father, older sister, and little brother. Marching band drummer major, Daniel Schmidt. Daniel is escorted by her parents.
All right. On the home stretch. Go ahead.
Dash Seabolt. He is escorted by his mom and dad. Steve.
Yep.
Dryden Suchlandich. Dryden is being escorted by his mom and dad.
Go ahead.
Liam Teach Out. Liam is escorted by his dad, mom, sister, and Caitlin. Oh, his sister. Marching band Oliver Treat. Oliver is escorted by his mom, Andrea, Dade, his dad Dave, and his brother Christopher.
Yeah, they've all got upgraded.
Color guard Lee Vanek. Lee is escorted by her mom, dad, and little brother. Marching band Sam Warda. Sam is escorted by his mother.
All right, last one. And our last one. Yeah, Yuki Ford.
And our last band member of the night, marching band Yuki Ford. Escorted by his parents. And those are your BV seniors, class of 2026. Another round of applause for everybody. Great job. Go Broncos.
All right, so senior night is in the books, at least the celebration, and we recognized everybody from the cheerleaders to the football players, the sports med staff, and the band members. So that was really cool, really great how they do that here at Bella Vista. And of course, football's the biggest sport on the docket. It's the most popular. Let's face it.
Sure.
And so this is the stage that you want to be at to give everybody their recognition. It's where everybody kind of comes together, actually.
Yeah, it's one of the things that's great about high school football is it just brings your community together and it gives you opportunities to interact with members of the community that you otherwise wouldn't interact with. And so I think it's really great how Bella Vista does the senior night activities and recognize everybody. And now, though, as Woodcreek comes on the field, it's time to turn to football.
Woodcreek, if you take a look at them, and we will get a look at them in just a bit. They've got the gray pants and the white jerseys and looks like the maroon helmets. So that's kind of their color scheme there for you. Bella Vista, we mentioned it when they took the field because it was kind of a surprise to us at least. They're all red tonight. And, in fact, there they are lined up in you'll see them in just a second here, lined up underneath the field goal. And they'll be coming out right now. Here come the Broncos.
This is a fun night, and it's fun to do something special and being all red. You're right, George. We were quite surprised, but then I remembered last year on senior night they wore all red as well. So I will say the red with the white helmet looks really sharp. And
I think it does.
You know, that's something Coach Odd is big on, is the red and white part of Bella Vista as far as the school colors go. So.
Well, and you can see Bella Vista warming up and Woodcreek going through some plays. We still have a little bit of time here before we go to get the game underway. So let's return to the players to watch. We got through Woodcreek earlier. Let's talk about Bella Vista and Mr. 318 yards, Devon Norwood. That was an incredible game last week.
Yeah, it's still hard to believe they took a loss with 318 rush yards. But what can you say? What can't you say about Devon Norwood? I mean, it's really had a standout year as a junior. Hard to believe he's only a junior. He's got another year with us. 1,149 rush yards for the season, and very likely he's going to get to 1,200 tonight.
Yeah, all he needs is 51 to get to 1,200, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Who knows, maybe even gets to 1,300 or 1,400, because if he has another game like he had last week, he's going to be have an opportunity to hit 1,500 for the season with a game next week at Vista Del Lago. 174 yards in the game against Intercom, 164 against Rio, 150 against Del Campo, and last week's game is saying, hold my beverage.
Yes, just a little bit. I mean, but what's great, and we've talked about this a little bit, with this offense kind of re-energized under, first-year varsity coach Jason Odd, is this offense is able to move the ball on really, really good teams. 20 points against Intercom, 164 yards from Norwood against Rio, and 150 against Del Campo in that win. it really doesn't seem to matter who the Broncos play. They can move the ball, which is a big positive improvement for them.
And you can ignore that last bullet point. That's a typo. He didn't go from 19 a game to 143 a game. He was, I think it was 119. Actually,
yes,
as I recall, that's what it was. He went from 119 a game to 143.6 a game as a result of that game last week. Hugo Lopez is the second leading tackler. 45 tackles on the year. The leading tackler is Gage Titus, and he could very easily be on this list, but we just have limited space. So, right. 45 tackles. We have Hugo on there because of his role also as the lead running back for Devon Norwood and also the relief running back for Devon Norwood.
Yeah, the hard thing about Hugo Lopez is that sometimes he flies under the radar because, as you mentioned, he's the second leading tackler. He's the second leading rusher. But without Hugo Lopez, both on the offense and the defensive side of the ball, Bella Vista's in trouble. And again, he's a junior. He's coming back. What he does on both sides of the ball is really instrumental into the success of these Broncos.
And Dominic Ferrarini, we saw the Dominic Ferrarini that we saw last week is what they had hoped to have all season. Major contributor on the running game, 83 yards, and of course the tackles and the work that he does as a captain and as one of the starting linebackers.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest mysteries of this 2025 season is going to be, what if Dominic Ferrarini would have been healthy for the entire season? What kind of an impact would that have made? We got a little glimpse of that last week, and it was pretty spectacular.
And what a game Brennan Holsapple had last week. The fumble recovery returned 63 yards for the touchdown. He had 6 tackles and a sack and recovered an onside kick.
Really standout game for that young man last week, and hopefully he can carry that over against these Timberwolves tonight.
So that is those are the players to watch, and of course there will be a few more players to watch, we think, during the course of the game. Let's see if we can check in and see if we've got Brandon somewhere. Brandon, you with us?
I am. I'm sitting down here by about the 35-yard line just watching our Broncos warm up.
What are you seeing?
I mean, they look good during warm-ups. As you guys probably remember from last week, Christian Brothers, I got a little nervous watching their warm-ups because they were looking really, really solid, and that quarterback especially, and he ended up throwing for a few hundred yards last week. But the Broncos look good. This is obviously, as you guys talked about, a very, very tough Woodcreek team coming off just one loss on the season, a 3-point loss. So Broncos need to look as sharp as they are right now.
And honestly, if the Broncos thought they had a tough time last week against Deacon Holden of Christian Brothers, we talked about Josiah Melendez, nearly 1,500 yards passing on the season so far with 2 games to go. The Broncos had a tough time covering the Christian Brothers receivers. We figured that Woodcreek at 7-1, only losses to Indercombe. They're going to pose a bit of difficulty on that secondary. In fact, that was one of your keys, Aaron. So why don't we segue right into Keogh's keys here and talk more about the secondary and everything Bella Vista and Woodcreek need to do in order to get a victory tonight.
Yeah, so for Bella Vista, they're going to have to tighten up secondary coverage. That's that was a big gap last week with Deacon Holden in the passing game. If they can tighten that up tonight against a very good Woodcreek team, that'll be a benefit. They need to really have a magical night on defense. Woodcreek didn't get to be 7-1, and their one loss being a 3-point loss to a very good Indercombe team for nothing. So they need to really have a magical night. And then I think on the offensive side of the ball, they've got to do what they've done all year. They've got to establish the run, and they've got to pound that rock all night long.
And a healthy Dominic Ferrarini adding to Devon Norwood and Hugo Lopez in the backfield would be a huge help for them.
Yeah, totally. So we need Dom to stay healthy and be available all night.
And for Woodcreek?
Yeah, for Woodcreek, they need to use the pass. That's Bella Vista's weakness is the secondary coverage, so they need to use that pass. They've definitely got to contain Devon Norwood. If you don't contain Devon Norwood, he is going to score, and he's going to put points up on the board. And I would say the other thing for Woodcreek, they don't want to let it be close. This is senior night. Where Bella Vista's at home. They want to win. They want the upset. The longer the game stays close, the more advantageous that is for the Broncos. So the Timberwolves need to get out and get the distance on the scoreboard.
And that's exactly what Christian Brothers was thinking last week. And, Bella Vista, they were poised to take a 2-score lead right out of the locker room at halftime, but some penalties and issues with extra points and things like that, they weren't able to do that. Christian Brothers stayed close and they had a chance at the end to strike, and they did.
Yep.
They got the touchdown, they got the 2-point conversion, and did not leave much time on the clock for Bella Vista.
Yeah, I mean, they did exactly, if you could execute a game plan, Christian Brothers executed it flawlessly last week and came out on top by 1 point. So, Bella Vista can do that same thing tonight against Woodcreek. Remember, Woodcreek's one loss came just 7 nights ago. They're on the road. This is a great opportunity for the Broncos to show out and show up for this home crowd.
You can probably hear it in the background. The band has been performing. In fact, they were just lined up on the track facing the main part of the stands, and now off to the side here. You can see them kind of dancing around. The band is going to be in the stands tonight, and so they will be very close to where we are, and which is great. We love having them nearby, and so they'll be making all kinds of noise throughout the course of this game tonight as well. So we're still about 7 minutes away from getting this one underway. And again, a big one for Bella Vista tonight. Some injuries, obviously, we've talked about Dominic Ferrarini, how he's been kind of banged up all year, but he's continued to play defense. Hasn't seen a lot of offensive playing time until last week. So we think maybe he's getting back there health-wise.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be the hope. I mean, had some really explosive runs. His number of carries that he had was not real high, but when he touched the ball, it was very explosive. And so even if Bella Vista can incorporate him into the offense and make him a threat, that's just one more obstacle for Woodcreek that they're going to have to deal with on this very explosive Bronco offense.
Also got an injury update on Thomas Lonnie. He's been playing some defensive back earlier in the season for Bella Vista, was the holder on extra points, and is a key part of the Bella Vista lacrosse program. And he's got a serious shoulder injury, is out for the season, and in talking to his mom tonight, he may miss a good portion of the lacrosse season as well, which would be a big loss for the Bronco team there. And as he enters into his senior year, kind of a tough ordeal for him as he's looking at playing at the next level. We heard during senior night that he has an offer to go and play at Dominican.
Yeah, I mean, you hate for anybody to be injured, but you really, really hate it for a senior who's, just trying to enjoy their senior year. And it's unfortunately something that happens. It's a part of playing sports. And so, for Thomas, we hope that shoulder can get healthy before lacrosse season and he can be, as impactful as he was last year for the Broncos.
This is our final football broadcast of the season. Bella Vista will be on the road next week against Vista del Lago. NFHS will have the live stream for that one, but we will be back with you around middle of next month. We'll have all the home games for the boys and girls basketball teams as well. So stay with us. Check out our Facebook page, and that will bring you all the updates that we will need to bring you to let you know when basketball season is ready to get underway. And, of course, you'll find all the games right here on BV Live Sports. So the facebook.com/BV Live Sports. Scan the QR code and go ahead and like the page, and we'll have all the updates and everything ready to go tonight. We talked about for Woodcreek, the main man to watch is the quarterback, Josiah Melendez. I was watching Woodcreek earlier in the season when they played Ponderosa. I was preparing for the Ponderosa game, and I just remarked to myself as I was watching that how impressed I was with how he played and how he's able to move in the pocket, throw the ball, take off and running. This is the real deal here. And whether he's playing at a local college next year or gets an opportunity to go the 4-year route, he's going to be quite a find for a program next year.
Yeah, I mean, I really think, in looking at his stats and watching him play, he's very versatile. And, when you're not afraid to run the ball, but you also can pass at a very high efficiency rate, completion rate. I mean, we mentioned earlier 71% and no interceptions on the year. Boy, would the Broncos love to dirty up that record a little bit. But, certainly when you have that threat, that makes it really challenging for a defense, because even if your defensive line can put pressure on a quarterback with as many rushing yards as he has, he may just run around you. And so you really got to be able to play good contain at the end position and really force him into making mistakes, which throughout the season he has not done a lot of.
Melendez is a 6'1", 185-pound senior. He was on the team last year and played a little bit at quarterback, but they had a senior in front of him. So this is really his first chance as the starter. I think he may have been the starter on his freshman team and maybe on his JV team, but this is his first shot at being the guy at the varsity level. And so hopefully he's getting some looks, but 1 year of varsity ball, I don't know if that's going to get you to the big level of college ball. But, there are a lot of good programs here in California at the community college level that would love to have him. And we saw it with Aaron Rodgers. He played 1 year at Butte before Cal snapped him up. And the rest, as they say, is history for him. And so, that's something that could possibly happen as well. Go to community college for 1, maybe 2 years, and then just take off. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I think, I certainly didn't know this not being from California until I got here. But when you look at the number of players, I mean, just, right off the top, you've got, Aaron Rodgers that started out at a community college. You have Josh Allen that started out at a community college and now is at Reedley College and now quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. And you have Brandon Ayuk, San Francisco 49er, that started at Sierra College. So the community college program in California is really big and produces a lot of talent. So hopefully for Melendez, if he's not getting a look at that, Division III, 2-1 level, he's certainly getting some looks at the community college.
Now, what you're noticing here as the captains go out to take the coin toss, you can only have 4 people participate in the coin toss, a maximum of 4 people. But all the guys standing right around where the 50 is, of the 50-yard line, they are also captains for this game. It's all the seniors that are playing tonight. And so that's why they're out there like that. But Dominic Ferrarini, Guillermo Perez, and Nate DeLucchi is out there, and Curtis Jenkins are the 4 captains that are taking part in the coin flip right now. And again, as we mentioned, Bella Vista is in all red. Woodcreek, of course, will wear the road whites with the gray and the maroon helmets. So we've got the apparel figured out here.
Yeah, we do. One other thing that we probably should mention, on the injury front, Joaquin Vara, that took a just nasty injury last week, and, he's on the sideline in a wheelchair with his leg all wrapped up. Big part of the offensive line. So you're going to have a secondary player on the offensive line, made a good impact last week and all the points that were scored, but obviously it's a new week, working with the first string. So for that individual, that's going to be a big task for them as well tonight on senior night. So seeing how effective the offense can be right off the bat is going to be really key.
Well, something here that we don't see very often, Woodcreek won the toss and is elected to receive. They're thinking, hey, we know what we can do here with our offense. And maybe they're even thinking, we know what we can do against Bella Vista. And
they want to spoil the party.
So they're going to get their hands on the football first. They will be receiving on the left-hand side. And now coming into your screen is the Bella Vista Band. They will be performing the national anthem this evening here on senior night.
It's hard to believe with so many late starts, including the first game that we covered because of heat, that this game, even with senior night, is going to start pretty much on time.
I got 7:21, I think is what my...
6-7 minutes late, that's it.
And so the band, the dance team, they've got some microphones out there too, so I wonder if there's going to be some singing along with the band. I don't know. The band will probably drown them out if there is. So let's
rise and remove your hats as our band plays the national anthem.
exit stage right. And we will get the football game underway. Let's see if we can check in with Brandon one more time before kickoff. Brandon, what do you got?
I just got a lot of energy down here. Also, you know, you guys mentioned I'm standing here by the couple of guys that have been injured. Two of my favorite young men on this team, Joaquin Vara and Thomas Lonnie. And Joaquin, I'm not sure if you guys reported earlier because I was doing the senior night festivities, but his ankle was broken last week. He does have surgery scheduled for tomorrow morning, but I know he's happy to be out here, and I know he's also happy that he's going to be able to be at that game next Thursday at Vista del Lago.
And certainly we wish him all the best with his recovery. That was rough to experience that last week. All right, so the Broncos will be kicking it off and moving from left to right, or right to left actually, as you watch it here on BV Live Sports. It'll be Woodcreek that's going left to right.
Kick it off from the snout. It's going to be a good night.
From the snout. Ethan Keim is the deep man, number 14. There's also a couple of upbacks for Woodcreek. On the near side, that's Blake Hastings. Number 21, we'll be definitely watching him a little bit. And on the far side, Jack Torrey is the other intermediate gentleman. You hear the band, you hear the crowd. It's senior night at Bella Vista High School, and from the snout, we are underway. It's a very short spinning kickoff that is going to be taken by an up man who's bringing it up across midfield. This is Jeremiah White inside the 45-yard line, or right at the 45-yard line for Woodcreek. They'll get this one underway at that point. So we get our first look at Josiah Melendez, 1,433 yards passing so far this year. So he is 67 yards away from 1,500 on the season. Keim will go out to the left. Jack Torrey lines up on the right. They're going wing left, and actually two wide receivers to the right. Hastings is behind Melendez. Melendez looks like he will operate out of a pistol. They whistle the ball in play, and now they will set things up. Trace Murchison will now move out to the left, and Tilden Hull is the other receiver as they now go three wide receivers to the left on 1st and 10. And Melendez will throw. There's a pass play, comes to the right side, and the pass is caught. And it looks like we have a different quarterback, actually. Dylan England is the starting quarterback tonight for Woodcreek. So we're not aware of anything going on. I see Melendez on the sideline.
Yeah, interesting tactic here by Woodcreek. Good pickup there by, who was the receiver on that? I didn't see that. It's a 10-yard pickup, but
I didn't catch it either.
No, I think it was Murchison, I think.
Well, he's their leader, so that would not be a surprise. Okay, so it's Dylan England who is the starting quarterback tonight. And here's Hastings. Hastings will go right side. He picks up a good chunk of yardage right there as he broke off the first tackle at the 35-yard line. That first pass play, by the way, went for exactly 10 yards, and so now this run goes for 9. Blake Hastings, and so that'll bring up now a 2nd down and 1.
And because of the really advantageous field position that the Timberwolves started with, 20 yards later, they're almost to the red zone.
So Keim and Hull will go out to the left. Two backs in the backfield, including Murchison, as each one will flank Dylan England, the quarterback. 2nd and 1, Murchison in motion. They'll swing it to him left side. He's got the first down. He's got all kinds of running room down inside the 20-yard line. I thought I saw some kind of a flinch in the backfield, but it may have happened right as the snap happened. And obviously no penalty called. The play goes down to the 17-yard line. As they wind the clock here, just under 9.5 minutes to go. Woodcreek won the toss and elected to receive. So this is the opening possession of the game. Hastings is the lone setback. Wide receivers to either side of the field. Man coming in motion is Hull, who sets up now on the right. Here's a handoff, goes to Hastings. Big hole right up the middle. Hastings inside the 10-yard line, and he will be dropped. Looks like they're going to mark him pretty close to the 6. And so the Timberwolves just continuing to move the ball. Their backup quarterback in the game.
4 plays for the Timberwolves, not one play under 9 yards so far.
So it is 1st and goal now from the 6-yard line for the Timberwolves. Continuing shotgun formation, or more of the pistol, with Hastings lining up behind England. Hastings will get the ball, and this time he is corralled, and he is dropped. Nate DeLucchi with the stop, and that's a loss of a couple back to the 8-yard line. It's excellent penetration by the entire defensive line, but Nate DeLucchi is the one that got there and wrapped him up and threw him down.
Yeah, big play for the senior tonight. Hopefully that is the start of a big game for him. We talked about that magical night on defense. This could be the start of it with a big play.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Opening quarter of play here at Bella Vista High School. It is senior night. Now we got a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout called by Woodcreek. England maybe didn't like what he saw. Maybe the coaches didn't like what they saw. Obviously, you're going with your backup quarterback here. And so maybe there's just an opportunity here to kind of make sure everybody is all on the same page.
Well, you wonder a little bit if you're Woodcreek, if maybe from a confidence standpoint, next to last game for them as well, if they, Dylan England is a junior, so he likely will be the leader of this offense next year. It's time here in the later games of the year to get hit some opportunities, and so maybe Woodcreek's thought is, let's start with England. Let's see how he does. Melendez will mix in as the game goes. I would find it unlikely, unless Melendez got hurt in warm-ups, that we will not see him at some point tonight.
Melendez is on the sideline with a headset and a clipboard, but he is in full uniform. That indicates to me that maybe he's not playing tonight. You're right. He could, and maybe he's just an emergency situation. He might be dinged up here. Hastings in motion. England is back to pass. Swings it on a slant pattern. Nice catch there. Touchdown. That's Trace Murchison with the reception. And Woodcreek very methodically moving the ball downfield. They use nearly 5 minutes, and they get the opening score of the game. And a hush falls upon this Bella Vista crowd. Extra point attempt. Hastings is going to hold, and the Broncos are going to get called for an offside here. Sikander Arrozo stepped into the neutral zone.
Yeah, just got a little anxious there, maybe trying to get a block.
Brody Simpson is the kicker.
Hastings is the holder.
And Hastings is the holder.
Kind of makes sense. Good hands. The running back.
For that position, you want somebody that can receive a snap and control the ball. Hastings sets it down. Simpson puts it through. And just like that, it is a 7-0 score in favor of Woodcreek on that 8-yard reception by Trace Murchison. And so we're at 7:23 to go in the opening quarter.
Well, the nice thing about this is Bella Vista hasn't been on offense yet. And we know that this Bronco offense can score points. So now they're going to get a shot 4.5 minutes in to see what they can do.
Well, we had a slugfest.
We did.
That where pretty much the defenses kind of took the night off for both teams last week. We'll see if we get that that same energy and that same type of offense here tonight. I think the crowd would really enjoy it. You can tell that the crowd is really kind of subdued right now.
They are. They are. And although I love a good defensive struggle, I get the value in having a lot of offensive points on the board.
Here's Simpson kick. It's a high driving kick. It will be fielded right at the 5-yard line for Bella Vista. This is Alan Remington, who was unceremoniously dumped at the 20-yard line. Well, he just got spun around there.
Yeah, that was something. Got it by the shoulder pads, and around he went.
And Remington just bounces right back up.
So now it's Jack Singley's turn to lead his troops.
And Dominic Ferrarini will get a start tonight. Of course, he's a senior. So not surprised to see seniors getting in there on the opening possession. Here's Devon Norwood. And Norwood's going to push his way all the way through up to about the 26-yard line. That's a 6-yard pickup for Devon Norwood. And so he's off to a good start here.
Well, you can see the Broncos. Hugo Lopez brings the play in. Don Ferrarini's going to get a break on this one, and that starts to confuse that defense.
Norwood 318 yards. We've got a flag flying.
That's offsides on the defense.
And that'll be a first down for Bella Vista.
You know, they were jumpy on the first play of the game too, George, and second time they got caught.
Oh, and I don't think we've heard that you can't do that this year yet.
Suddenly the crowd is right back in it a little bit here with a first down and some Bronco momentum.
Well, you know, the Rowdy Rooters, they've got some seniors in that group too. So, I mean, this is their last football game as well.
That's right.
So they gotta make their presence felt. First and 10, Bella Vista, 31-yard line. Here comes Durazo, and Durazo is not going to go anywhere. It's going to be dropped for a significant loss there of about 6 yards. Looks like Trace Murchison is the one that made the tackle. We'll call this not quite as bad. Looks like it's a 4-yard loss. So it'll be second down and 14 yards to go.
Credit to Woodcreek's defense for reading that sweep the whole way.
Hash mark is on the left. It's an I formation set for Bella Vista on second and long. Singley's going to throw. He sends it out and has a reception right about the 32-yard line. And that is Xander Shadko that made the reception. And Keim was the one that tried to time an interception on that. You saw him sprinting towards Shadko, but Shadko had the reception, but Keim was right there to make that stop. So it'll be 3rd and 9 now for Bella Vista. And Singley's going to line up in the shotgun. We don't see this very often for Bella Vista. But he'll take it, drop back. Pass comes over to Taylor. Taylor with the reception. He will be short of the first down. And so he will be out right at the 37-yard line. That's going to bring up now a 4th down, and the punting unit will come out for Bella Vista. So they weren't asking Jack to do too much there with the passing game. Those 2 pass plays without the 4-yard loss that preceded them could have gotten you a first down. That short possession pass game can work for Bella Vista to help augment the running game, but they did not. They really didn't have anybody out deep on a pattern there. They were going to rely on Taylor to get that first down with his legs, but Woodcreek defended it very well.
They did.
Alan Remington is the punter. And here is the boot. Spinning kick, and it will be fielded about the 32-yard line. And this is DJ Mosley, and Mosley will bring it up across the 45-yard line. And it'll be possession there for
Got a flag at the 41-yard line.
So we'll see what the flag is all about. Zach Rigo on the stop. We're going to get a penalty called against Woodcreek, a hold, so that will bring 10 yards, and it looks like it happened right at the end of the play. So this will come back to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, anytime you got a flag on a punt return or a kickoff, 99 times out of 100, it's a hold or a block in the back. Just too easy to do.
So Woodcreek, their last possession, they moved it very easily against the Bella Vista defense. England, now he's going to take off and run with it. Running laterally, looking to turn the corner. England will be run out of bounds on the Woodcreek sideline. Across the 40, he's out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 5 yards on the play, on the run by Dylan England. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 with 3:46 to go in the opening quarter.
That's the first play for the Broncos where they're, pressure on England. They've got to increase that, turn that up.
Shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. They may have taken off early, but no flag. Over the middle, Murchison with a great catch inside the 30, tries to slip a tackle from Cody Simpson. Cody won't be denied. He's got him by the leg and waits for his friends to come over and help him make the stop inside the 25-yard line. It sure seemed to me that those receivers on the right side were moving before I saw the ball come out to the quarterback. But no flag, and so we keep playing.
36-yard pickup nonetheless for Murchison.
So the ball is at the 22-yard line, 1st down and 10. Again, a 4 wide receiver set. England, the quarterback. Murchison comes in motion. He gets a little pitch play forward. Murchison's going to take off and run inside the 10. Murchison still on his feet. He gets most of that on his legs, but because it's that little pitch forward, it's actually a pass. And so Murchison is down to the 6-yard line. That'll be 1st and goal. And right now the Bella Vista defense does not have an answer for this Woodcreek offense. Maybe an opportunity here to...
Well, and of the 79 passing yards for Dylan England, including that last play, which you pointed out, it is a pass, they've all been to Murchison.
Maybe the Broncos can force a turnover. Turnovers played a big role in the game last week. Hull goes in motion to the left. England, Hastings left side. Hastings spins his way into the end zone. There is a flag down. It flew right at about the 1-yard line. So we'll see what happens, what they're coming up with here. And whether we have another touchdown, looks like it's going to go against Bella Vista. If I can gauge the response by Woodcreek here.
Could have been a face mask.
The referee is communicating right now with the Woodcreek sideline to find out what they want to do with this penalty. So it is a dead ball face mask against Bella Vista. It's going to be assessed on the kickoff. And so the Hastings touchdown will stand. And Simpson will be on to attempt the extra point. And Hastings will set this one down. That was a low driving kick, but it does go through, so it still counts. And with 1:42 to go in the opening quarter, it is now a 14-0 Woodcreek lead. And the band is trying to keep the crowd energized.
That they are.
And that performance by the band brought to you by the drum section.
Indeed. So Bella Vista is going to get another shot here on offense. They're going to have to move the ball, give their deep for two reasons. Obviously, number one, they need points. But number two, they got to give their defense some rest. Woodcreek, as you mentioned, has basically been able to move the ball at will, so they're going to have to get something going. And unless the kicker is extremely accurate, this likely is going to go in the end zone, which is going to give the Broncos the ball at the 20 because they're kicking from Bella Vista's 45 here because of the penalty.
And that says the result from the face mask penalty. So Simpson has it teed up. Is that on the eye?
It's on the eye of the Bronco. We had the snout, now we have the eye.
I think that I don't remember a kickoff from the eye before. There's the kick. There's a driving kick that will go out of the end zone. You're right, and that will give Bella Vista the ball at the 20-yard line, and that'll be first down and 10 for the Broncos. See what they can do with this offense.
Yeah, I really feel like that's a missed opportunity in special teams, and that's not critical of Woodcreek. That's critical of all special teams in high school. When you're kicking the ball off from the opponent 45, you don't want to just kick it through the end zone. You want to try to kick it right about the 5-yard line and make them return it and try to pin them back.
Unless you're trying to show scouts what your leg is like.
That's true. And if somebody's here watching that young man, they would have seen that.
Here's Ferrarini, who has stood up at the line of scrimmage, stonewalled, and just driven back. Nothing doing there for Dominic Ferrarini. In fact, they're going to call this, looks like a loss of a yard. You know, on that last possession, Bella Vista, when they were in the long yardage situation, they went to the air for a couple of passes, and they were both short passes. But if you do that here on second down, you might actually set yourself up with, you could set yourself up with something, maybe a third and much more manageable. There's an offside by Woodcreek. They were a little bit late in calling it. The instinct on the player was to jump into the neutral zone and then jump back, which in high school football, of course, that's not a thing. I guess he's practicing for the college level. So the Broncos will look at a second down now and about 6 yards to go. Here's Devon Norwood, and Norwood will push his way through across the 30-yard line and has a Bella Vista first down. On the opening possession, they went with Norwood on the first play, and then they tried the jet sweep to Durazo, which didn't really work for them, and then they went to the air. I would imagine, and then this drive started with a handoff to Ferrarini. I would imagine, yes, Norwood's going to get the ball again, and Norwood will push his way forward close to the 37-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 4 on the play, so it'll be second down and 6. So you said they need to move the ball, Aaron, and I think that moving the ball, if you're going to do it on the ground, go with your guy that got you 318 yards last week.
That's what I'd be doing.
Second down, 6 yards to go. Power I formation, and it looked like Hugo Lopez couldn't keep his balance, and they are going to bring this back. And I just realized that the officials are using pink flags tonight, or at least the head referee is.
Yeah, breast cancer awareness.
Breast cancer awareness. We had our pink out last week, but it is still the month of October, and you notice some of the Bronco players in particular, Shadco and Remington have the pink socks, as does Devon Norwood. In fact, he has one pink sock, it looks like, and pink shoes. So we've come to the end of the first quarter here at Bella Vista High School. The Broncos getting a little assistance on some penalties from Woodcreek, but unfortunately for them, they're also kind of shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. They were second down and 6, and now they're looking at second down and 11.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for a team that has been fairly disciplined all year and really minimize the mistakes. As the season has gone on, that those mistakes have kind of crept in a little bit. And so to your point, 2nd and 6 is manageable. 2nd and 11 is not quite as manageable, especially when you're on your own end of the field. So going to have to tighten up a little bit here in the second quarter.
But then when you also have you have Devon Norwood and doing everything that he's done, you could get that back in a hurry.
Yeah, a big run from Devon, and suddenly it's 3rd and manageable or even maybe a first down. So hopefully the Broncos can keep this momentum going here and keep this drive going and get some points on the board.
Let's check in with Brandon for a first quarter report here.
Well, my first quarter report is a somber one. This is as quiet as I've seen this Bella Vista sideline, both the players, the fans. I mean, I've been to every home game for the last 5 years, and this is the quietest I've seen it. So hopefully we get one of those big runs by Devon in the next couple minutes and wake these guys up.
All right, so we'll get the second quarter underway here. And the Broncos are looking at a 2nd down and 11 from their own 32-yard line. Singley on the move, downfield, has a reception. That's Christian Taylor. He's got a first down across the 45-yard line. It looks like the defensive back for Woodcreek, who had the assignment, fell down backwards, and that left Christian Taylor wide open. And that's a huge pickup there for the Broncos. They needed that. So Shadko will go out to the left. Looks like it's Durazo on the right. 1st and 10. Here goes Norwood. And Norwood gets another first down for Bella Vista. This one down to the 42-yard line.
And now you're rolling. Now you're rolling. You got to keep it up here. If you're the Broncos, you got to keep the pressure on these Timberwolves. You got them on their heels. Got to keep it moving.
That crowd, I think, was energized on that pass, as were the Broncos as well. 1st and 10, Norwood. Norwood again has lots of running room inside the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 34, so he'll be 2 yards shy of a first down. Brandon's right, though. It still feels like there isn't a lot of energy from the crowd right now.
No, even from the team. I mean, and they're moving the ball here.
Hugo Lopez left side. Lopez has some running room. He's got the first down inside the 30-yard line.
That's Lopez's first carry of the night for 7 yards and a new set of downs for the Broncos.
Hugo Lopez, by the way, we talked about how he's kind of the change of pace guy for the Broncos. He's averaging 5.7 yards per carry and about 52 per game. But he comes in to spell Norwood and give him a break. Here's Norwood once again. Norwood off the right tackle, thought he was stopped, kept it going on a second effort. He's inside the 20-yard line. We're going to call this the 17, and that's going to be very close. Are they going to give it to him?
They are. Head referee said yes.
Because right now they've got it marked as a 2nd and 1. And the Broncos are coming over. Did we get a timeout called here?
Well,
oh, no, there's a conversation going on with Coach Ott, and Coach Ott does not look happy. And he's talking with the head referee. I did see one of the officials making that underhand with both hands forward, which is an indication of a sideline warning.
Well, I think he's trying to tell Coach Ott he has to stay on the sidelines, but he doesn't. You're allowed to have one coach can go out to the numbers after a play like that. But now we're moving backwards.
Did they penalize Bella Vista? Again, we had this earlier where somebody got in the referee's way. That's one thing. But a sideline warning, if there's an issue with the sideline, you're supposed to give them a warning first. So no yardage marked off here. 1st and 10 Bella Vista from the 17. Here's Norwood once again. Stutter step. Norwood carries tacklers with him to the 11-yard line. 5 yards for Devon Norwood. And you can hear fans, the Rowdy Rooters, you can possibly hear them chanting MVP, MVP. Well, I think that's probably a given at this point. At least for team MVP. And that's Devon Norwood. He gets the handoff once again, trying to find the opening, and Norwood will push his way. Looks like he's going to be marked right at the 5-yard line.
It's another
6-yard
pickup.
Player lost a helmet, and that is Zach Rigo, who's on the offensive line. He will have to come out of the game for one play. Ferrarini will come out, and Hugo Lopez will come in as we approach 9 minutes to go. 1st and goal, Bella Vista at the 5-yard line. Shadko to the left, Durazo to the right. I formation set. It's Lopez and Norwood. Goes to Norwood. He tries the right side, and a host of Woodcreek Timberwolves surround Norwood at about the 3-yard line and decide that he's not going any further than that. So a couple of yards for Devon Norwood, and it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 3.
This is manageable now for the Broncos. Changing personnel a little bit. You know, and I still go back to the sideline. There was never a flag thrown, so I don't. If it was a warning, they certainly didn't throw a flag for it.
Power I formation quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Here goes Norwood into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. So the Broncos are on the board for the first time tonight. Devon Norwood from 3 yards out.
And that was big. The Broncos needed that.
And Sam Pennington will come on to attempt the extra point. As that's Remington that's standing by the tee, and now they'll shift back in. Of course, they actually ran a 2-point conversion out of that formation last week.
We did.
But mostly the way they line up like this, and they do exactly what they did here. They switch back. Fumbled snap. Remington's going to pick it up. He's going to shovel it forward. The pass is incomplete. And so the conversion attempt fails. Remington just tried to make something out of it and couldn't. And so the Broncos do not convert on the conversion attempt. But they can make that up with a 2-point conversion if they wish. The thing they need now is a defensive stop.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, kudos to Alan Remington there. I mean, he did the best he could there with a low snap, or a high snap, rather. Found a man open and tried to get rid of the ball to try to get in for the conversion because he knew he was going to get tackled, and it didn't work, but that was really a heads-up play by him. So
there's a look at the Bella Vista band performing off to our right, so you're hearing quite a bit from them.
If I'm Bella Vista's defense, I am going to double up on Murchison, and I'm going to blitz on England because, as I mentioned earlier, the only pass plays have been to Murchison. That's it.
Pennington has the ball teed up. And there's an onside kick. There's a loose ball on the ground. Scramble for it. Looks like Woodcreek probably got it. So the Broncos, we saw Christian Brothers run an onside kick last week. The Broncos, obviously, they've had trouble stopping Woodcreek. They thought that they could steal another offensive possession. And quite frankly, if you look at the history of the kickoffs for Bella Vista, this is right about where opponents have been starting anyway. So don't really think that was much of a bad call there.
No, and to your point, that's really the only reason from a football standpoint I'm okay with that kind of a call because, to your comment, this is about average position. Wide receiver on our end looks like he is lined up incorrectly.
Here's
Definitely
England.
left
He's
the
back to pass. He's under pressure. Now he's going to take off and run with it, and he's not afraid to do that. Dylan England gets shoved out of bounds and collides, I think, with Coach Ott on the sideline. And immediately over to help him back up. I think that's Coach Ott's first tackle of the year.
Yeah, he's shaken up on that play. I hope he's all right. That was a big tumble there. He tried to keep his balance.
And Coach Ott is also the offensive coordinator, so he's got to get up and call the next. Well, it's they're on defense. Sorry.
Yeah, that. On top of it all, there was a holding against.
And this is going to be downfield holding. So they're going to bring this back to the 47-yard line. So we're going to get one of these rather unique 1st and 8.
Yeah, so the penalty actually was 2 yards positive for the Timberwolves somehow.
Yeah.
Because of where the hold happened.
So it is 1st and 8 for the Timberwolves. So the first down part of that run is nullified. There's a pass play goes to the right side. That's Hull with the reception. He's got all kinds of running room, and he is finally hit and dropped. Looks like it was Remington that made the stop on the far sideline at about the 32-yard line. So they got the penalty yardage back. Of course, it was only 8 yards to the first down. It was a good play right there of about 16 yards with England and Hull, and it is a first down now for the Timberwolves once again.
Yeah, and outside of Murchison, Hull there, that was the first pass play to someone that was not number 0.
Speaking of number 0, he's wide to the left. That's a slot man lining up to his right. That's Kime. Timberwolves switching out on the offensive line. Looks like they've got a player dinged up. Dylan England is getting the play at quarterback. Josiah Melendez is their starting quarterback, but he has not seen any action tonight. And as we mentioned, he is on the sideline in uniform, holding a clipboard and wearing a headset. First and 10 for the Timberwolves at the Bella Vista 32-yard line. England steps up, goes right over the middle, and that looks like that might be Hull once again that makes the reception down inside the 20-yard line.
Another 14-yard pickup, it looks like.
And it sounds to me like the tackle for Bella Vista, we didn't get this roster update, was made by Sean Douglas, who is up from the JV squad.
That is correct. Sean Douglas and I'm blanking. There were 2 JV players up to varsity this week. I'm drawing the blank there.
Sean Douglas is number 12. There's a handoff, goes to the left side. No, it's a rolling out to the right is England, and England is going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped back at the 25-yard line. I think, was that Perez that got back there? And that will take it all the way back to the 25-yard line. Huge loss there.
Yeah, I can't tell who that was. It might have been Hugo. Was Hugo or Jibo? I can't. They were celebrating there, and it was hard to see.
So this will be now sounds like they actually are giving it to Holsapple, who had that amazing game last week. So second down, 17 yards to go at the 25-yard line. Here's a snap, and a swing play goes to the right. That's Murchison. Murchison will get inside the 20-yard line. He's out of bounds close to the 15. So we will see. They're going to mark it at the 16, so that'll be a 9-yard pickup. It'll now be third down and 9 yards to go. This may be the first third down Woodcreek has had.
I believe you might be right, George.
Hastings is back in the backfield. 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. 3rd and 9. England will drop back. Now he's going to take off and run with it, and he is going to be hit, and he is going to be dropped. Holsapple was right there once again to bring him down, and that's going to be no gain right at the 16-yard line. And players are now coming in for Woodcreek. We may get a field goal attempt here, something we don't see very often. But this is Brody Simpson, and he is going to attempt a 33-yard field goal. Hastings will hold. Remington is actually going back to the end zone. Not at the end zone, because if it crosses the goal line, I think it's an automatic touchback even if he doesn't make it. Here's a botch snap. Here's the kick. It's on the way. It's long enough. It hits the upright and goes through. Wow.
Doink.
Tell you what, if I'm, well, he's too young to do this, so I won't make any gambling references. Let's just say that was impressive. And that kick was, you know, obviously if it was straighter, that kick would have been good from another 10 yards further downfield.
Yes, it would have been. Definitely had the leg to be further. Got very lucky on the hitting the upright and going the right way. That literally can be a 50-50 call, but 3 more points for Woodcreek, and they're up to 17-6.
So it's 17-6 now, but the fact that the Broncos were able to hold them to 3 on that possession is a bit of a victory, especially if they can. Well, think about this. The Broncos have 4.5 minutes here. If they can put the ball in the end zone, they get the second half kickoff. Here's Guillermo Perez. And Perez will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line.
No, you're right. I mean, the Broncos are right in this if they can get in and score here before halftime.
I've been looking forward to pronouncing this name. Anthony Kopisko.
Oh, my.
Is the one that made the stop. And at the 20-yard line on the kickoff return. So 1st and 10 Bella Vista, 80 yards from pay dirt. Ferrarini is at the fullback position. And here is Norwood. His helmet comes off as he shoots forward for a couple of yards. Again, second effort on Norwood. He will refuse to go down. He'll have to come out for a play. Looks like Ferrarini's also coming out. This might be an opportunity for Jack to put the ball in the air.
That's what I would look for here. You're gonna have to move the ball with the clock running. You have all 3 timeouts.
And we've seen Hugo run the ball, and he certainly can run the ball, but with 2 of the running backs coming out. Looks like Sean Douglas is coming in as well.
He could be a running back. He was a big lot of yardage for the JV team this year.
He's going to go out to the left. Lopez is the lone setback, shotgun formation. Durazo comes in motion. Botch snap, it's on the ground. Looks like the Broncos recover. It looks like it hit Jack in the hands, and he may have been trying to make something happen. I think it was going to be a forward pitch to Durazo, and he was trying to do that before the ball got there.
Well, what do you teach receivers, right? When they start out, you catch the ball, then you run with the ball. It's the same thing for the quarterback. In order to make that pitch, you got to get the ball first and then pitch it. And now Broncos 3rd and long here from the sticks. Clock continues to run, but you really need to pick up this first down to keep the ball moving and not give Woodcreek the ball back.
So it'll be 3rd down and 11. Norwood will be the lone setback. 4 wide receivers set for the Broncos. Shotgun formation once again. Singley looking to his left, sends it downfield, in and out of the hands of Xander Shadko. He would have had the first down. It was right there, but he just couldn't hang on to it.
No, really well-placed ball there. Receivers got to make that grab and keep the sticks moving, and unfortunately now the Broncos are going to have to punt.
And Shadko had a step on the defender. I think it was Keim that had the coverage. He might have been able to get another 5 yards or so after that reception.
Exactly.
And yeah, so that one, Broncos had a great opportunity to put the ball in the end zone there and score right before halftime and then get the ball to start the second half. As successful as Woodcreek has been moving the ball, the Broncos had they been able to score there, we're looking at the possibility of taking the lead. Here's the kick from Remington. Floating kick, it's going to take a bounce, and Keim will take it at midfield. Keim looking for some running room. Keim will be out of bounds across the 40-yard line, and so Woodcreek, with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go, is going to have some excellent field position to try and get on the board one more time here before halftime.
Yeah, kind of a worst-case scenario here to wrap up the half of the Broncos. Unless their defense can get a stop and or a turnover. Turnover would be big here.
Tell you what, the Broncos, they've had their opportunities. They've had some seconds and medium. They've had, and then weird things have happened. There's been the penalties. There was the drop snap. There was the, we got a personal foul called right now against Woodcreek. So this is going to back them up.
Well, that's the best news for Bella Vista. Because that'll bring it back into Woodcreek territory now.
Want to remind you, the BV Live Sports is your home for Bella Vista Athletics. Starting in November, we will have all the home boys and girls basketball games for you. And then starting in February, we will switch gears and bring you the lacrosse season again. New head coaches for both lacrosse teams, and Julia Thomas enters her junior season on the girls lacrosse team, and she's been very impressive. Regan Silver's on the, here's the pass play. We'll finish that up a little bit later on. This is going to go for a touchdown. I think he's going to be, yes, he's going to get all the way in for a touchdown. That is Jack Torrey on the reception. They're going to actually mark him out of bounds at the 3-yard line. They do say he stepped out of bounds. So just like that, they go from the 46-yard line on their side of the field down to the 3.
51 yards.
And most of that was done by Torrey's legs. He caught that one maybe about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did.
So first and goal from the 3-yard line. Hastings will be in the backfield. Don't be surprised to see him get the ball. Dylan England, the backup quarterback, has gone all the way for Woodcreek tonight. Hull comes in motion. Here's Hastings. Big hole right side. He wasn't even touched until he crossed the goal line. Hastings with the touchdown for Woodcreek. And the Timberwolves 23-6 with an extra point pending. Hastings will set it down at the 10-yard line. And Simpson puts it through. He's got quite a leg. We saw him with that 33-yard field goal as well. So that now makes it 24-6. 1:06 to go for Bella Vista. They're going to get the ball here. Depending on what kind of a kickoff return they get, there could be an opportunity to maybe strike, get some points on the board right before halftime.
Well, they desperately need some before halftime. They are going to get the ball to start the second half, which is a positive.
Remington is on the left, far side from the screen to receive this kickoff. Trey Mello, actually Remington's on the right, Mello's on the left. I can't tell my left from my right tonight. And Simpson puts that one from the 40-yard line in the end zone.
He has quite the leg. That's impressive.
He sure does. And so that will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. Simpson was essentially saying there, we're not going to risk a kick return here. We're going to make you go 80 yards. in 1 minute and 6 seconds. Well, and actually I think time ran off the clock on that kickoff.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why.
It shouldn't have.
Nor should it be running now, but
I don't know why the clock would be running now. 1st and 10. Singley off the back foot. Hugo Lopez. Lopez trying to break off some tacklers, and he's dragged forward across the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him right at the 40, so the clock will stop with 37 seconds to go. And the Broncos are going to go ahead and use the timeout. They've got 3 of them, now 2. And so I think we're going to see the Jack Singley show here for the next few plays.
yeah, I think you're right. I mean, they've got 2 timeouts left. That was a good 20-yard chunk play. They need like 3 more of those, which with 37 seconds left is doable given you have 2 timeouts. So, and they're going to get some more time. 43 seconds, even better.
Okay, well, there we go. So I think that we figured out the clock issue a little bit.
One of the things I love about our public address announcer is when the referee signals something, it's, you're yelling, it's hard to hear, but if the public address announcer just repeats what the referee's saying, then everybody knows what's going on.
Absolutely. So Singley will line up in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the left. And now we got a whistle. Not sure exactly what's going on here.
Looks like an equipment issue on Woodcreek.
Oh, the clock. I think the clock. They wanted the still with an issue with the clock.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they had not, because there was a timeout. I think the clock started.
Oh, you're right. It shouldn't start till the snap.
Exactly. Singley looking left, now switches. He's rolling out to his right, looking for some help. Sends the ball downfield, a little too tall for Christian Taylor. Into coverage, but Singley had to let that one go a little bit high to avoid the interception and was hoping that maybe Christian Taylor could go up and get it. But that pass is incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Another positive here is that Coach Ott looks to be no worse from wear after taking quite a fall there early in the game. So,
well, you're on the sideline and the action comes toward you. I like how Dylan England was immediately the first one to try and help him up.
Yep. Good sportsmanship from that young man.
2nd and 10 for the Broncos. Singley under pressure. Over the middle. Nobody turned around to look for it. Pass is incomplete. And a flag is flying late as there was, looks like Sean Douglas may have taken a late hit.
Yeah, that's going to go against number 8 there of Woodcreek, I believe. That Carson Shahabel, but
so that'll be 15 yards. Say you're sorry, they chant. Well, he did. He immediately went up to Sean Douglas and tapped him on the back.
Yep. Well, if you're Sean Douglas, you're making an impact, right?
Yes.
You just got 15 yards for your team. So,
yeah. And I mean, the 2 of them were engaged as the play was happening, and then Douglas winds up on the ground. So yeah. So I mean,
not sure what's going on here.
They've already signaled the penalty. I don't know if they can rescind the penalty, but they're obviously having a conversation here. And it would really be inappropriate after signaling the penalty to wipe it off. They're going to come over and talk to Coach Ott.
Yeah, when a decision's been made, to go back and take the penalty off is...
But again, Coach Ott does not appear happy.
I think that's what they're doing. They're going to pick this flag up.
Yep. Now, I think that what they are saying here is that the 2 players were engaged, and they just had to break off of each other.
That's what they're going to say, but that conference has to happen before that penalty is issued. Once the penalty's issued...
Before he makes the signal. But
Correct.
we saw him make the signal of the personal foul against Woodcreek. I agree. I think that once you make the signal, you roll with it.
Yep, you got to live with it.
Sean Douglas is one of 3 wide receivers out to the left. Taylor is to the right. Back to pass is Singley. He's going to go deep down the left side of the field, and he's going to overshoot his intended receiver, and that is Xander Shadko.
Yeah, Shadko got tripped up there, not by Woodcreek, but on his own. He got his feet tangled up, and just under 26 ticks now on the clock.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
The chance of throw the flag, but
it wasn't interference.
It was not interference, correct.
You're right. He kind of just stumbled.
I even would have been okay with the no call had it just been a no call from the beginning, but I'm not okay with calling the penalty and then saying, oh, sorry, just kidding.
So it's 3rd down and 10 now on a delay handoff. There goes Devon Norwood. Norwood across midfield. He's going to have the 1st down. Clock will stop temporarily, and the Broncos still have 2 timeouts left. They can use one if they wish. They needed something. They needed a spark, I should say, and they got it from Devon Norwood.
Yeah, that was another 12 or 13-yard pickup, I think.
Well, they were at the 40, right?
Yeah. Oh, so actually 14 yards. Yeah, you're right. 14 yards.
So how is Devon doing here so far?
He's up to 82 yards. But for the Broncos, what's killing him is backup quarterback Dylan England with almost 200 yards passing in the first half
already.
Alone.
Wow. Well, the Broncos are hoping that they can get this down to a 10 or 11 point game here right before halftime. Broncos will get the kick to start the second half and will hope to score another touchdown then. And if they can do that, then they're within 3. This is a critical drive right now for the Broncos. Singley. He's going to go deep down the right side of the field. He's got Shadko again, but overshoots him. Pass is incomplete.
Devon Norwood is knocked.
Uh-oh.
No, I know what that is. That's every man's worst nightmare is what that is.
Okay. We won't go any further than that. So in other words, he'll be fine. He'll be back.
If it's what I saw, he'll be fine. Certainly for the second half. He may not be fine for the final 13 seconds, but he'll be fine. And not being funny, but I hope that's what I saw and hope it's not something more serious.
Yeah, you certainly don't like to see somebody down like that. But he's up. He's fine. And who knows, maybe he'll be able to come back in for the next play.
If he jumps and lands on his heels, that will solve that problem. Learned that in high school.
Shadko will go out to the left. Durazo and Taylor on the right. Sean Douglas is also slotted inside Shadko to the left. 13 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10. Singley. He's back. He's under pressure. Singley's going down. And that will probably take us to the end of the half.
Yeah, that's what they didn't need.
So a sack to end the second quarter, and a promising Bella Vista drive ends. And we come to the end of the first half of play here. The Broncos find themselves down 24-6, and they will get the second half kickoff, but they've still got a huge hole to climb out of.
Yeah, that was really a half of some really positive moments and some really not so positive moments, which is a little bit unique from what we've seen from Bella Vista this year in the games that we've done. They've kind of been locked in the whole time, but they had the one defensive stop that resulted in the field goal, which was great. But then, offensively having one good drive out of 3, well, we'll call it 1.5 out of 4, I guess. But so like right there, but just not quite.
Devon Norwood, of course, has continued to be impressive. He's continued to be Devon Norwood.
Yes, he has.
The Broncos are throwing the ball a lot more than we've seen from them, but down 3 touchdowns, you kind of have to.
Yeah, you're going to have to really rely on Jack Singley, and receivers are going to have to run full speed on their routes. And I think you can still mix in Devon and Hugo and Dom in the second half, but you're really going to have to rely on Jack Singley's arm.
And really the big story of this game is just the fact that Woodcreek's offense seems unstoppable.
Yeah,
even
I mean,
with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, and it's really kind of a two-man show with a little, it's really a Dylan England and Trace Murchison show with a little bit of Hastings mixed in there, Blake Hastings, but there's a couple other contributors, but really it's been Murchison and Dylan England doing it.
So the Broncos, they will have one more game after today, and to reach the 4-win minimum to be considered for the playoffs, they have to win tonight.
Yeah.
That loss to Christian Brothers last week really hurt them in that respect. Otherwise, they'll play out the string next week at Vista del Lago. Vista del Lago is a team that's usually a perennial contender, but they've had a down year this year.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit too, and that'll be another good opportunity for the Broncos. But to your point, in order to have an opportunity to get into the playoffs, they would need to win tonight and next week. Monumental task for them.
Definitely monumental tasks as well. So as we've been talking about, the football season will end next week, barring any playoff invitation. And once football is over, then focus turns to the winter sports season and basketball, and we'll have the full slate of basketball games for you here on BV Live Sports on both the boys and the girls' side. Coach Stuart Kussler on the boys' side enters his second year as the Bella Vista head coach, and the Broncos will have a new coach on the girls' side as Becky Stewart has stepped away from the basketball coaching duties to focus entirely on being the athletic director here. So
that's a full-time job in and of itself.
It certainly is, and so we look forward to bringing it all to you here on BV Live Sports, and that's where you can find us, youtube.com/BV Live Sports, or you can just open up the app and search for BV Live Sports. But of course, you're already there. So
we're happy you're there tonight.
Follow us on Facebook as well, facebook.com/BV Live Sports, or just go ahead and scan the QR code, and then that will take you right there. You can like our Facebook page where you get broadcast updates and some other information as well about what we're doing and bringing you Bella Vista athletics. And so looking forward to the spring sports season with lacrosse, and then also the winter sports season with basketball. And I know there's a lot of optimism with the boys team in particular this year, with a lot of the returning players coming or returning with the squad this year. So looking forward to all of that, and we'll have more on that for you during the course of the winter sports season. Look for the coaches' interviews to start the season as well. To preview the season, we'll be bringing you those here in the coming weeks also. So we are at halftime. It is 24-6 in favor of Woodcreek. Woodcreek, as we talked about, just a 3-point loss to Inderkum. It was at Woodcreek last week, but just a 3-point loss versus Inderkum. Both of those schools will be in the postseason. We'll see how far they will go. The Bella Vista band and the dance team and the curtains. They're bringing the curtains out as well.
Magic show happening here.
The magic show as well. So we are going to go ahead and bring you the Bella Vista Band's halftime performance here on BV Live Sports, and enjoy the Bella Vista Band.
Presenting their field show, Our World, a Canvas, taking us on a journey through the creative process. The show will showcase some artwork by local artist Alejandro Ruiz. Tomorrow they'll be competing at the Oakmont Field Festival. They're under the field direction of drum majors Danielle Schmidt and Mark Yadchuk. A blank page,
or canvas. The challenge: bring order to the whole through design. Light. Balance. Tension. Composition. Challenge in order to and imagination is the genesis of creation. With the first brush stroke, imagination becomes real.
If only I could let go, work through my
getting very close to the start of the third quarter here. Want to head downstairs and see if Brandon is there. Pull him away from his other half and get a report from Brandon.
You guys caught me sneaking away from work. I was over there talking to Kim. So, sorry, did you guys have just relaxing, enjoying that? Yeah, relaxing, enjoying the band. Thoughts on the first half, and you guys talked about it before as we were going into half. It seemed like the Broncos were very close on a couple of different plays. They were close to having things go our way, and they just didn't. And so, when you're down by one score with 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and you have a chance to make a stop on defense, I mean, that stop makes all the difference in the world. And ultimately, they weren't able to do it. So they seemed close to making a couple of those plays the first half. It just didn't happen. If it happens in the second half, they've got a big hole to climb out of. But you never know. We're definitely in this game. And as you guys know, I mean, this Woodcreek team, they beat Christian Brothers by 45. Mm-hmm. And so we're definitely in a much better position right now than Christian Brothers was in against these guys. So.
Well, and that's very true. Of course, one of the things we've been talking about all year, and I'll get some perspective from both of you on this one, is the fact that they're building something here at Bella Vista. This is Coach Ott's first year as the head coach. They're building something. He was very high on the defense to start the season. We've obviously been very impressed with the offense fairly recently, especially with Devon Norwood. And of course, we know what Devon Norwood could do. But we know that this is something. This is the start of something here at Bella Vista, and I know that there are going to be a lot of things learned from this year that Coach Ott and the players that are returning would like to learn from and build on for next year.
Yeah, and one of the things that I liked in the beginning of the second quarter is they stuck with that run game. So we're down 14-0. It's a 3rd and 11. They did do the pass to Christian Taylor to get the first down, but then the whole rest of that drive was that run game, the bully ball that Coach Ott talks about. And so not only did we score, cut the lead in half, but we took off several minutes of that second quarter. And with a team like Woodcreek, you guys mentioned it in the beginning, the longer Bella Vista hangs around, the better it is for Bella Vista. So I like that. Obviously, once you're down by 3 scores, you have to start throwing the ball. And then, unfortunately, what can happen is what happened at the end of the second quarter, where the D line can just key in and they know that Jack is gonna go back to pass, and so they can pin their ears back.
And Aaron, your thoughts on the future?
Yeah, I mean, I think the future is bright. I mean, I think one of the things that's really hard with defense, when you're on offense, you have a plan and you go execute. When you're on defense, you have a plan, but that plan is impacted by what the offense does, right? So that's hard. Overall, when you look from the start of the season to now, you see lots of signs of progression. Last week was hard. We know that. It was hard all the way around. It's been hard all week. It's hard to get, really amped up for a really good Woodcreek team coming in here. But overall, what we're seeing is positive and in the right direction. And so, you want to continue to champion that as we move forward.
All right, second half of action set to get underway. The final seconds are ticking off. Bella Vista will receive the ball to start the third quarter, and it's 24-6 is our score. My math tells me that's 18 points.
Well,
so that's 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and a field goal will get you the lead.
There you go. That's all you need, right? And it really,
or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. So the nice thing here is for the Broncos, they're starting with the ball to start the second half. So they immediately have an opportunity, before one tick of the clock comes off in the second half, they have an opportunity to get the ball and go score.
Indeed. All right, so second half getting ready to get underway here at Bella Vista High School. And the Broncos will be receiving to our left with Alan Remington and Trey Mello back deep to receive. So if you missed it, 2 junior varsity players have been called up to the varsity for the final 2 weeks of the season. Been talking about Sean Douglas. He's seen quite a bit of playing time on both offense and defense. Johnny Ramirez, number 18, is the other one that is called up here. And so presumably they will be among those that will be on this varsity roster next year. Here is a driving kickoff once again. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds. And so the Bella Vista Broncos are going to be able to get themselves some pretty good field position. This is, I think, their best field position off a kickoff in this game. And so, Trey Mello saw that. He saw it had a good chance to go out of bounds, and so he just kind of shepherded it out of bounds, let it go, take penalty, and boom, Broncos get good field position.
Couple just from the CBC updates here. Vista Del Lago beating Ponderosa 21-14 in the second quarter. And Inderkum and Rio Americano are tied at 14 at halftime.
Wow. Well, we know Rio's pretty good too.
Yeah,
although the Broncos played him pretty close as well. First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Here goes Norwood. Norwood on the second effort is across the 40-yard line. And, Coach Ott said at the beginning of the season he thought that they could play with anyone, and they did play very tough against Rio Americano. That was one of those losses that could have gone in a different direction. And like last week, like the Ponderosa game, those 3 games go Bella Vista's way. We're having a much different conversation, even if the score tonight is still 24-6 in favor of Woodcreek. Here's Ferrarini. Ferrarini's going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage and is going to be dropped. They might give him a yard. Flag comes in late.
Yep, that's going to be a late hit. That's a dumb penalty. I mean, Woodcreek defender there just jumped on the pile. That's an easy call for the referee.
And hopefully they don't pick this flag up.
That they shouldn't. He dove in there. Dom got stood up, and one of the hardest things with if you want to isolate a running back, get their feet stopping. Stop their feet moving. And
so this will move the ball to the 43-yard line of Woodcreek. And the Broncos now into Timberwolves territory. Lopez is in at fullback. It's an offset eye. First and 10. Here's Norwood. Norwood left side. Norwood almost broke that. He's inside the 40-yard line. They're going to give him progress to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5 yards to go, and Norwood's approaching 100.
Yep, 93 yards, and you just feel like he's so close to breaking one big. He hasn't broke one big yet, at least in a game we've covered, but he's been so close, and he's had some big runs. Be nice for him to just spring one into the end zone.
Split backs now on 2nd and 5. Lopez, he'll bring this one up the middle and will get the first down. Hugo will bring this one down to the 32-yard line. The Broncos moving the ball. They've gone back to their bread and butter here. They on the last possession before halftime, they really had to throw because they didn't have a lot of time left. But now they're back to
right. I mean, one of the hardest things for an offense is to do something that you don't traditionally do, right? You're really good at certain things every year, depending on your team. Bella Vista's good at running the ball. So when you ask them to throw, that puts them off their game.
Durazo slouted inside Shadko on the left. Now Durazo comes in motion. Here's Norwood. Norwood kind of slips in the backfield, but he shoots forward across the 30, and they're going to mark him down to the 28. That's going to be a gain of 4, which would put him at 97.
Correct.
And is that Dominic Ferrarini that's just gone down to a knee?
No, well.
No, it's not Dom.
It's a lineman.
It is a lineman. That is, well, I don't have a 67. Maybe you can see if we've got an updated roster.
Stand by.
Broncos will wind the clock here. It is 2nd down and 6.
No 67 on Max Preps either.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
I think that's actually Sam Singley with the number 67 jersey on, because there's a 7-7 on the back of the helmet. So I don't know if we had, maybe we didn't have a red jersey in 77.
Devon Norwood is now over 100 yards for the game as he brings this one down inside the 20-yard line. They'll call it to the 18. That's a gain of 10 for Devon Norwood. Thank you for the update, Brandon.
And I bet you're exactly right, because some of those red jerseys went to graduating seniors last year, and they probably don't have a 77.
And it might not. And the one that they had might not have fit. Also, that could be.
That could be. But leave it. to the
Leave it
expertise of Brandon Simpson.
The intrepid reporter checking the back of the helmet. Now that's some good work there. Good sleuthing, Brandon.
I went back 30 years in time for that. That was fun.
And there's Norwood once again. He'll bring it down to the 15-yard line for a gain of another 3.
Did he just jump over a defender? That's what it looked like. Looked like he did like a little leapfrog.
Well, he's still trying to break that big one that you were talking about.
He can break it from here. That's fine. 15
Triple
yards, that's
digits
fine.
once again for Devon Norwood tonight. 2nd and 6 for Bella Vista. Norwood, the second man through, and he is going to be stood up right at the 15-yard line. So that's going to be no gain. As we approach 8 minutes to go, the Broncos, the opening possession of this third quarter.
And here comes Dom Ferrarini in with Stetson Supak.
Seapak usually rotates in with Taylor at the tight end, but Taylor's in there as well, and he's lining up as a tight end. They're going double tight end with a power I formation. Norwood right up the middle. Norwood carrying tacklers with him. It's a convoy, and he's still going. A Woodcreek player jumps up to try and help knock somebody down as the play will be ending just shy of the 5-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, he got all the way down to the 6. Is that?
Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 6, so that's a gain of 9. And it is a first down for Bella Vista, 1st and goal.
I mean, that was 9 yards, but I think he got hit about 2 yards into that.
Yeah, no, he kept his legs going, and he kept that whole mess of people, almost like a rugby scrum, if you will. Power I once again. Here goes Norwood. Norwood looking to turn the corner towards the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Broncos.
And that infuses some life into the home crowd. Big drive, big opening statement of the second half for the Broncos. And now you wonder if they go for 2 or if you just try to get on the board here with an extra point.
Well, do you start chasing the points here is the question.
No, they're going to chase points because Jack Singley is still in. They're not even going to do any trickery here. They're just going for it.
And they're going to go with that same formation out of the power I formation. Pitch play goes to Norwood, and he waltzes his way into the end zone for 2.
And now there's flags.
Well, hopefully that's not Bronco players mouthing off,
That's what it looks like.
because that's not what you want right now. And not what you should be doing, trailing 24 to now 14.
And it is unsportsmanlike. There's
It looks like they're going to offset.
okay.
Still. So that brings the Broncos to within 10. That's the impetus, by the way, for the 2-point conversion, is to get it to be a touchdown and a field goal.
The personal foul was on 58 for Bella Vista. That's Xavier Clark-Cruz, and he is going to get a talking to from Coach Ott at very close proximity to a very unhappy Coach Ott, who, if I were to guess, is saying, son, I appreciate the enthusiasm, I appreciate the passion, but you got to keep it under control. We can't be giving yards when we're behind by 10.
And Coach Ott was very matter of fact. He was very close up, and he was waving the index finger.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, lucky
You're
for
making
Xavier,
it very, very, very
clear.
certain on his point.
Yes. Now, lucky for Xavier, or X as they call him, offsetting penalties, so he didn't give up any yards.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So in the after-game speech last week, after losing that game by a point, Coach Ott's biggest thing he was upset about was 4 personal fouls against the Broncos. So I am sure after giving them that lecture this week and then seeing that, he was none too happy.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Here is another onside kick by Bella Vista, and that one was kind of a little bit more trickeration that it made it look like 2 different guys could have kicked the ball. And Woodcreek has recovered the ball at the 50-yard line. Interesting on this particular onside kick, it did not seem like there was any kind of major surge by Bella Vista to try and get that ball,
Yeah.
which kind of makes me wonder.
Yeah, I mean, here's the bottom line. It is hard on your defense when you're playing on half a field constantly.
So the Timberwolves will go from midfield. Dylan England continuing at quarterback. Here's Hastings right up the middle. Hastings, and that's actually not Hastings, but he's down the sideline, and he's run up, head up on a defender all the way down inside the 10-yard line. And that is Jackson Caravlan. And that was quite a run there of 41 yards as they get that down to the 9-yard line. So Caravlan has come in to spell Hastings on that particular play. Lined up in the backfield once earlier in the game. First and goal for Woodcreek.
You want to make an impact. 41 yards on your first carry will do it.
Yeah, not bad at all. Caravlan is continuing in the backfield. England out of the shotgun. Hull comes in motion. They're going to give it to Caravlan again. They said, go ahead and get us 6 points. And he is pushing his way in. A flag flies. Looks like he was out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. The flag came from where you would possibly presume holding.
That would be my guess.
And so we will see what the official has to say. It is a penalty against the Woodcreek team as they will bring the ball out to, looks like it's a 5-yard penalty. As they're marking it out to the 14-yard line.
Well, it'd be from the spot, right? So if the hold must have been
If
at
the
the
hold
4.
happened downfield, you are correct.
The hold must have been at the 4, 10 yards from
So it's
that.
first and goal from the 14 now. 2 wide receivers to the left. 1 man to the right. Who comes in motion. That's Kime. Swing play left. Kime with the reception. Good blocking by Woodcreek, and Kime goes untouched into the end zone. So the Broncos use about 4.5 minutes to start the second half and score a touchdown. The Timberwolves respond with, 3 plays?
Yeah, and I mean, again, the defense continues to be a challenge for the Broncos, giving up just too much yardage.
Well, again, this Timberwolves offense just seems unstoppable tonight. Hastings will set it down. Simpson will add the extra point. And the kick is good. So that brings us now to 31-14. .6:11 to go here in the third quarter on senior night for the Broncos.
You know, and the challenge here for Bella Vista, unlike last week with Christian Brothers, where you were basically trading heavyweight blows every possession, you're behind by too much to do that here. So you're going to have to get a defensive stop, and you're going to need more than one.
Well, one of the things you had suggested is maybe double covering Murchison and blitzing. Haven't really seen a blitzing tonight.
No, haven't seen any blitzing, although, you know, Woodcreek, credit to them, mixing it up, putting another back in there, which, you know, was another challenge. After a first half of almost exclusively England and Murchison with a little bit of Hastings, that one was just Caravalon.
Here's the kick from Simpson. Perez will take it. Guillermo Perez looking to go to the outside. Lowers his head, and he's out of bounds at about the 26-yard line.
And as a little bit of humor, Coach Ott almost went down for a second time. He wisely got out of the way, but he was right there where Gimo Perez came out.
I think Coach Ott is happy with just his one tackle on the season.
Yes.
All right, so 25-yard line is where they mark it. 75 yards from pay dirt. Broncos
Back to work.
back to work here, down 17 points. Singley. Taylor with the reception. He'll have a first down across the 35-yard line. It's like Kime was there on the stop. Actually, they're going to call him at the 34. So gain of 9 for Taylor.
Some discussion amongst the officials again.
Which can't be good.
No, I'm not quite sure what they're discussing.
There's a penalty against. They're going to bring the ball out to the 34-yard line, which is where the play ended.
Yeah,
I think maybe they had it spotted in the wrong place.
Yeah, and I think Christian Taylor might have had to come out because I think I heard him say his helmet started to come off.
Okay, well, that's the rule.
Yeah,
If
I
they
didn't
determine
see it
that
come
you-
off,
yeah.
but if it, I don't
If
know.
it came off, it came off. And what's the definition of comes off?
Right.
You're right. Here's Norwood. Oh, he is stuffed in the backfield, but he still shoots forward. And he's going to have the first down based on where they're marking him. So he was hit in the backfield, but again, Norwood rarely goes down on the first hit. So that's a couple of yards for Devon Norwood, and that's a first down for Bella Vista.
Correct. 2-yard pickup after being hit in the background.
As we talked about, it is a clear, crisp night here at Bella Vista High School. It's getting cold. Welcome to late fall. Flag flies as Norwood brings it close to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's 2 flags. I don't know if they're for the same thing. They came at different times. So, but a face mask against against Woodcreek.
I guess they both saw the same thing. And one of them was quick to it. The other one threw it later. But there is a conversation among the 3 officials here. So we got a hold against Bella Vista and a face mask against Woodcreek. So that is offsetting penalties, which means we do the play over.
Yeah, man.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Otherwise, that would have been a 5-yard add-on to the 3-yard play for Bella Vista. So, but instead we have the offsetting penalties. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Singley brings the play in from halftime. Broncos are down 3 scores. And I get the feeling that if they score again, we're probably going to see that onside kick again. And who knows, maybe one of them they might recover. Here's Shadko. Or sorry, that's Durazo. Durazo on the jet sweep. And he will pick up a couple of yards.
It's like 3 maybe.
And that's the 3 yards they got on the previous play. They're going to bring this up to the 34-yard line, or the 39-yard line. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Two wide receivers slotted to the right for Bella Vista. Durazo comes in motion. Here's Norwood. Norwood has some running room right up the middle, and he will be stopped right at about the 44-yard line. That's a gain of another 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 2 for Bella Vista. Like Norwood approach well over 20 carries.
22 carries for 132 yards if my math is correct.
And we still have another quarter to play, so he could get up over 200 tonight. Here goes Devon Norwood. Devon Norwood rumbling his way forward across midfield and inside the 45-yard line. Gain of 11 yards on the play. That's a first down. Quickly to the line of scrimmage for the Broncos. Tight formation, power I. Norwood once again right up the middle. Norwood Still carrying everybody with him. And they'll give him progress to the 37-yard line. Gain of 5 for Devon Norwood. Here goes Devon Norwood once again. Norwood carrying tacklers with him. He'll be closed to the first down as he gets to the 32-yard line. They will give it to him. And so we'll move the chains, and the Broncos offense seems to have found its rhythm.
They just need to keep this up. Because again, we've talked about the defense, but offensively they've got to put points up, so they got to keep these drives going.
Power I formation on 1st and 10. Play fake. Singley off the back foot. Oh, incomplete pass. And that was intended for Hugo Lopez. That one might have been one of those classic, tried to turn up field before he had possession.
Well, that's the second pass that I can think of tonight that Singley has thrown that is right on the money, and the receiver just hasn't been able to bring it in. Stating the obvious here, but with these passes, 2 people involved, and they both got to do their job.
Same formation as before, go to Norwood. And this time Norwood, again, will not go down on first hit. Looked like he was hit in the backfield, but he still pushes forward for a couple of yards there at the 30-yard line. And we get another year of Devon Norwood. I am really looking forward to next season. That's going to be a lot of fun.
As a senior, yep.
Hugo Lopez, Jack Singley, and Devon Norwood will all enter their 3rd year as varsity, key contributors to the varsity.
Correct.
Going to get a whistle. Looks like a timeout called by Bella Vista with 2:24 to go. Looks like they just need to regroup a little bit here. And you can't let this possession go unscored.
No, you're going to have to put points up. I mean, that's just, you're getting to a point in the game now where offense is going to have to score, the defense is going to have to stop. And that's a large task, but it's been a struggle for the Broncos tonight.
From the 30-yard line when play resumes, the Broncos will look to keep this offensive drive going here on a 3rd down and 7. Our final broadcast of the year tonight, the Broncos will close out the regular season against Vista del Lago next week up in Folsom. If you can't make it up there, you can catch the game on NFHS. There is a subscription required to watch on NFHS. Shadko does a 180, takes the handoff, and he slips as he tries to turn the corner as they go with the jet sweep to Shadko. And that will bring us down to the 28-yard line. It'll now be 4th down and 6. 4-down territory for the Broncos. Maybe one of those short pass plays could work here. A run to Devon Norwood. I formation set for the Broncos on 4th and 6. Singley. He'll send this one downfield. Oh, it's too high for Riley Durazo. Double coverage there. Kime and Murchison were both there for Woodcreek. That ball sails incomplete, and the ball will go over on downs to the Woodcreek Timberwolves.
Yeah, disappointing end to an otherwise promising drive there for the Broncos to go 2 for 2 in the second half.
This is probably the worst field position to start a drive this game for Woodcreek.
I believe you're correct on that. 28-yard line.
But the way they've moved the ball, we'll see what happens here. And they're going to go with the spread formation here with 4 wide receivers. England, he'll send this one over the middle. Murchison has running room down the sideline. Murchison turns on the burners, tries to tightrope the sideline, and he is gone. It is a touchdown for the Timberwolves. He did not step out of bounds. One play, 72 yards. England's got to be up to what, 300 yards passing? And that was Mr. Murchison.
2:59.
Brody Simpson is on to attempt the extra point. And Simpson's kick. And the kick is blocked. There's a victory for Bella Vista. I think they're saying Curtis Jenkins got the block there for Bella Vista.
Another senior.
So that keeps the score at 37-14 with 1:34 to go. So a nice little play on senior night for the special teams unit for the Bella Vista Broncos. See some of the Bella Vista band members taking their jackets off. I don't know why they do that. Oh, it's cold.
I could use a jacket at this point.
Yeah. Here's the kick from Simpson. This one's a little bit shorter. Looks like that's Perez once again. Perez looking for the opening as he'll cross the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him. They're going to give him progress to the 23. So 1:25 to go in the third. And we'll see what the Broncos can do here to try and put some more points on the board. So we'll call it the 22. Sean Douglas re-enters the game for Bella Vista. Sophomore. Getting a taste of the varsity action. Swing play right side. Sean Douglas, his first varsity catch. And he's going to be dropped for a loss of a couple of yards back to the 21-yard line. I guess they actually started him at the 24. So that's a loss of 3 to Sean Douglas. And we'll see if we can get him into some positive yardage here for his varsity career. He'll slot inside Shadko out to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. And whistles before the snap.
Looks like that might be a false start. Nope,
Offside against Woodcreek, so that helps the Broncos. The Rowdy Rooters making their point known. So it'll be 2nd down and 7. There's Norwood once again doing Norwood stuff. He's up close to the 29-yard line.
3 or 4 yards there, it looks like.
From the 26.
Where are they going to spot him? 29 or the 30? 29.
So you have it at the 29. So that's a gain of 3 for Norwood, continuing to do his job. Third quarter is now in the books here at Bella Vista as the Broncos now find themselves trailing 37-14. And
it got cold.
Yeah, it sure did.
I
don't blame you.
I get cold. Oh, I got cold, guys. It's cold here. It's football weather, though.
Well, you were smart to bring a jacket. I didn't bring one.
Well, I'll just give you a big hug during the fourth quarter if we have to. Huh?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look, I'm a team player.
Okay, so the Broncos are going to be facing a 3rd and 5 to start the fourth quarter. The band is still trying to get the crowd going. They're doing their thing here. Looks like the stands may have emptied out just a little bit here on senior night. Maybe others forgot their jackets too. But
Yeah, it's, I will say this. On the positive side, that was a good quarter of football for the Broncos offensively. I know that, they got down near the red zone and fourth down and they didn't get points on that second drive, but that was a good quarter of football, probably the most solid on the offensive side.
All right, fourth quarter underway. Here's Devon Norwood pushing his way forward. It looked like he got the progress needed for the first down, and they are going to give it to him at the 40-yard line. So the clock is running.
That's 164 yards on 28 carries for Norwood now.
The Broncos are going to pull this one out. They're going to pretty much have to have possession the entire quarter.
Correct.
Which, of course, means touchdowns, onside kicks, and recovering the onside kicks. Singley. Off the back foot, downfield. What a reception. And that is Xander Shadko that makes the catch up close to the 45-yard line. It looks like we'll see where they mark the progress here. And based on where they have it at the 43-yard line, that'll be a gain of 8. Second down and 2. Oh, we got a penalty. Is it a sideline?
Sideline against Woodcreek. So that'll just be their warning.
Because I thought I see sideline warning against Woodcreek.
But then he signaled a first down.
Because I thought I saw him point at Bella Vista initially on a penalty. So we'll see what he does here.
Well, he clearly signaled a first down.
So unless it's the second sideline warning. If it's a second sideline warning, it is a penalty.
And it is.
And it's a 10-yard penalty. So we've seen sideline warnings come up this year.
Yeah.
And there was the one where the coach got in the way.
Yep.
And that's an instant penalty.
Correct.
The sideline warning where somebody's across that, if you look on the sideline, you see that there is the thick white line, and then there's another white line behind that. Play goes to the left side, Devon Norwood. Norwood will push his way forward, and he's going to be down at the 32-yard line. That's another Bella Vista first down. That thin white line, nobody is supposed to be across that. That's the referee's lane. So no coach, no player. If it happens the first time and you don't interfere with the referee, it is a warning. If it happens again, it is a penalty.
Correct.
And that's the way the rule works. But if you get in the way of the referee trying to do his job and he trips over you, then it's a penalty no matter what. And it may even nullify your first warning, too. So,
little pitch play there to Norwood for 15.
And Christian Taylor is now coming off with help, which is not good for Bella Vista. This is rough. We'll see if Brandon might be able to find something out here. Looked like he was reaching for a knee, but we won't try to diagnose that. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. Norwood once again. Norwood carrying tacklers with him inside the 25-yard line. Looks like they're going to call it the 24 as we approach. We're just under 11 minutes to go. Taylor's just kind of up. He's limping around and trying to walk it off. I think he wants to get back out there.
Yeah, he seems to be refusing any kind of medical assistance. I think that's his plan, is if he can just walk it off, he can get back in before the series is over.
There's a pass play left. It goes off the hands of Durazo. That was very close to being a backward pass, but they did call it incomplete. So now a 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. So the market at the 24-yard line. 4 down territory for the Broncos. There goes Norwood. He's got the first down easy, carrying tacklers with him once again. He's down to the 16-yard line. That's a Bronco first down, and Devon Norwood just continues to impress. imagine the season that he will have next year.
Without rush, 194 yards now.
So 318 last week, nearly 200 this week. I hope that our audience tonight includes some college scouts. Back to pass is Singley, looking to go to right side. It is caught, and I think that's Taylor.
It is Taylor.
It is Taylor, back into the game. Well, Brandon, I think you're right. I guess he walked it off.
Yeah, I think that strategy worked out. I'm not going to sit down and get medical attention. That's going to take too long. I'll walk down the sideline towards the way we're driving, and I'll get myself back in.
Looks like the Bella Vista may have been penalized, though. So it's good to see Christian Taylor back and taking the hit and everything like that, but the play is nullified. As the Broncos will now move back. Looks like that's probably a holding call there as it brings it back out to about the 22-yard line. It'll be first down all over again. 21, I should say. So wide receivers set to either side of the field. Play fake. Singley. He'll send this one over to Lopez. Lopez has some running room. Lopez into the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. So that is a 21-yard pass for Hugo Lopez.
It's like the Broncos will just not go away.
And what do you do here? A two-point conversion brings you to within 15. They're lining up on the kind of that swinging gate thing. The extra point will make it 16, which is 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. So they'll switch back over and kick the extra point here.
Yeah, I think you're down enough now. You don't chase the points. You just get your extra point.
Well, if you make a stop and get another one, then you go for 2.
Yes.
Snap, spot, kick by Pennington. That is good. So, 9:01 to go. 37-21 in favor of Woodcreek. And again, we know this is a very good Woodcreek team. They lost 38-35 at home to Indercom last week.
Correct.
And so now the Broncos will be kicking off. We've seen a couple of onside kick attempts here.
I got to be honest. If I'm Bella Vista here, I'm trying to kick this deep and try to make Woodcreek have to work for it. I realize they had a 71-yard, deal the last time up, but I just feel like I know the onside kick gives you the ball back.
If you recover it.
I just feel like
otherwise they're going to, the way things have been going, they'll be in the end zone again.
Yeah, I feel like if you have any shot here, you're going to have to get a defensive stop at some point. So why not try to do it now with 9 minutes left, get the ball back and score, then you can look at an onside kick.
Well, Woodcreek is expecting an onside kick.
Correct,
That's
the other part.
They've got one player back deep.
Yep.
And that's Jack Torrey. Usually they've put 3 back there.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 10 guys within a 10-yard radius, but they look like they're going to onside kick.
So Pennington has the ball at the 40-yard line. He'll kick it from the snout. 9:01 to go. Wait for the ready for the play from the official. Pennington will approach, and he is going to kick it deep toward the sideline. That's going to take a bounce. It's going to roll, and Torrey's just going to cover it inside the 20-yard line. And it looked like that one was going to die. It wasn't going to go out of bounds.
Correct, yeah. And now you've got Woodcreek pressed back, and your defense can go to work. You got some room to work here.
You really do need a stop.
Yeah, you have to get a stop. So you might as well try to get it now.
Now, with a 16-point lead and just a tick under 9 minutes to go. Woodcreek, they've been throwing the ball all night with their backup quarterback.
Correct.
And mixing in some runs here and there. Do they turn to the running game? We shall see. They're going to send 2 wide receivers to the left. Shotgun formation and 1 running back in the backfield. Murchison comes in motion. Handoff goes right up the middle. Good running room there. Pushing forward to the 25-yard line. That's Caravan once again. Holsapple on the stop. That is a gain of about 8, maybe it was 7.
7. 7.
So
Oh no.
it looks like a penalty. Holding penalty on Woodcreek. And this is either going to be downfield or it could be half the distance. Let's see what they're going to mark here. Line of scrimmage was the 18-yard line. They're going to spot the ball now at the 10, or actually the 9.
So yeah, 10 yards. So a hold. And now you've got to pin back even further.
It's first down, actually. The scoreboard says second. Back to pass, under pressure. England gets free. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied there. He's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Oh,
that was a
close.
near safety.
Oh, that was close.
They had him by the jersey or something, maybe the undershirt.
Yeah.
And he may have a little bit less of that undershirt now. That's a gain of about 5 yards. Oh, we'll give him 7 as they will mark this up to the 15-yard line. 16, actually. Second down, 13 yards to go. Hastings is back in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. Swing play goes to the left. Murchison, all kinds of running room. Murchison right up the middle of the field, and he's across the 40-yard line. So another big pass play from Dylan England to Trace Murchison. As we approach 8 minutes to go. Broncos had him second and long. But once again, that combination of Dylan England to Trace Murchison brings it up to a first down at the 43-yard line. Dylan England, the backup quarterback, has gone all the way. We got a flag down, and it looks
too many
like
men on the field.
it's going to be too many men on the field. So there's your illegal substitution.
Just adding insult to injury here.
5-yard penalty, be first and 5. Kind of a weird snap, and they give it to Hastings, and Hastings was denied any opportunity to move there. Holsapple was there. Looks like Chase Jones was in there as well to stop him for
4-yard loss.
a loss back to the 44. It was kind of a floating snap that slowed the play down, allowed Jones and Holsapple to get in there. It is now second down and 9. Broncos have sacked Dylan England once or twice and a couple of other tackles for loss. They just need to string some of those together. And now we've got a whistle. Is Woodcreek going to call a timeout? They are. So that's their first timeout. 6:47 to go in the fourth quarter. Broncos need a quick stop. And I will tell you this, if they get the stop and score, then we're talking onside kick again.
And we're definitely talking onside kick, yeah. The band is still live and in action here. All right.
Big play for the Broncos defense right now. England has time. He's going to go deep. He's got Murchison wide open, closing in at the end, and the pass is incomplete. Cody Simpson was there. Guillermo Perez and Ellen Remington were all there, and the pass just underthrown. Murchison had to slow down, and that gave the Bronco defensive backs the opportunity to get there and help deny that pass from being completed.
I love what the defense did there. They triple teamed Murchison. I realize there's been, in the game so far, there have been 4 Timberwolves that have caught passes. Torrey's caught 1, Kimes caught 1, and Hull's caught 2. Every other pass has been caught by Murchison, which is 8.
I tell you what, he had a step.
He did.
But there was enough, once the pass was underthrown, there were enough Broncos there that were able to close in and deny the pass. Okay, so 3rd and 9. This is a huge play for Bella Vista. England underneath. Murchison gets out of 1 tackle. Is going to fight forward. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, which brings up a decision now for Woodcreek. You've been dominating all night on offense. A yard should be pretty easy based on the success that this offense has had. But do you risk giving Bella Vista good field position? They will. Time for the Bella Vista defense to step up. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Handoff goes to the fullback, pushing forward. It looks like he's got the first down. They're gonna say he's a yard past the first down marker. They lined up single file and then sprinted up to the line of scrimmage. And then the handoff goes to the up man, who gets 2 yards and gets the first down for Woodcreek. That winds the clock now.
Credit to the defense. I realize they got the first down there, but that was a tricky play, and they did a good job at immediately making contact at the line and trying to drive that person
It took
back.
a second effort because they got the penetration and they got the hit behind the line of scrimmage. But Woodcreek had the blockers there as well. 1st and 10. That's Caravlan once again, and he'll have 9 yards. Holsapple is there on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 1. And now Woodcreek, I'll check that there. It looks like they're going to give him 8. So 2nd and 2. And Woodcreek is thinking now they can impose their will. Nobody has turned the ball over. The Broncos have fumbled the ball a couple of times, but have gotten it on both occasions. A turnover would be huge for the Broncos. 2nd down and 2. Ferrarini stunting. England looking left. Underneath it goes Murchison once again. He's got the first down inside the 35-yard line. Murchison just seems to be open no matter where he's going.
Mark of a good receiver. England's 5 yards short of a 300-yard passing night.
I can tell you that despite the fact that Woodcreek has just moved the ball. This has been a very entertaining game, and Bella Vista has not played poorly, at least not on offense.
No, they've not. Offensively, they've done a really good job.
We've been very lucky with our games this year.
We have.
All of them have been well played. There's Caravlan again, slipping off some tacklers. He's down to the 20-yard line. That's a big one there. Of about 13 yards, and that's another first down for Woodcreek. It would be great if the Broncos could force a turnover. Hard to really even conceive that the way Woodcreek is moving the ball.
No, I mean, there's a reason Woodcreek is 7-1 coming into tonight, looking to be 8-1. Very solid football team on both sides of the ball.
England, Caravlan once again, and he has stood up and driven back. Ferrarini was there, and Holsapple, 44 and 55. Together they add up to 99. That's your math problem. Ferrarini plus Holsapple equals 99.
There you go. See, we're not just an entertainment organization here, we're educational as well.
Indeed. Indeed. 2nd and 11. The band is calling for the defense. Play fake. Dylan England back to pass. Gets by one tackler. Now being shoved out, forced out to the right. He's going to turn the corner and step out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So this will bring up a 3rd down now. And about 3. He went out of bounds, so the clock is stopped. Need to get to the 10-yard line for a first down. Can the Broncos defense step it up here? Maybe force a field goal attempt that could conceivably be missed? Hull goes in motion. England. There's Hastings. He's got running room. Gets by a tackler, cuts free, and into the end zone. So that's Hastings. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game. And this one from 13 yards out. With 2:13 to go. Simpson on to attempt the extra point. Hastings just scored the touchdown, and now he'll spot the kick. A little bit behind him, he gets it down. The kick is up and through. So that brings us to 44-21 in favor of Woodcreek. I think the outcome is no longer in doubt, but we'll see if maybe in the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds the Bella Vista offense can ignite some fireworks here for the crowd that has stuck around here in the cold.
Yeah, if I'm Bella Vista, what I'm going to try to do here is get a sustained drive, and if I can get the ball moving, I might take some shots at the end zone. What I don't want is for Woodcreek to get the ball again. Because the way they're playing, then you got to worry about another score.
Right.
You said it. I mean, the fate here is decided. They got 2 minutes and 13 seconds to try to get some points there.
It would take a near miracle to get 3 touchdowns.
Correct.
In 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So let's see what the offense can do. Here's Simpson's kick. It's a high driving kick. Perez will take it at the 5. Looking for some blocking, looking for some running room, and Perez will cross the 20-yard line. 2:06 to go. We'll call it the 22. And the Broncos looking for their final offensive possession at home here in the 2025 season. A loss tonight eliminates the Broncos from any possible playoff spot. They will look to close out the season with a win in Folsom next week against Vista Del Lago. For wide receivers, Singley. Singley directing some traffic. He's under pressure. Gets by one man. He's going to fling this one over to the right sideline. And it is incomplete. It is caught by a Woodcreek Timberwolf on the sideline. Singley just had to get rid of that one.
Did a good job not going down there. He could have easily taken that sack, and he didn't. He fought off.
So 23-point lead right now for the Timberwolves as we are winding this one down. Handoff. This one goes to Norwood up the middle, and he'll take this one out to the 30-yard line.
Ran into his own man. He was moving so fast. Ran into Sean Douglas.
Yeah, he's trying to run some blocking for him.
Yep. Like, hey, young gun.
So Norwood's well over 200 at this point, correct?
Yeah, that's another 7, right? Yeah.
Third down. Couple of yards to go here.
2:01.
Could have been offsides on the Timberwolves. Here's a handoff on a bit of a difficult snap, but Norwood will take that one forward to the 35-yard line. And that'll be a first down. Referee was making the sideline warning sign again. And that's going to be, there's going to be a call against Bella Vista, which is going to cost them some yardage.
It is.
I don't know what the hands behind the back. The one of the other officials made the underhand push forward to indicate sideline
Well,
warning.
I could just tell you in both cases, because I've been watching, the officials tonight are calling this extremely tight, and one could argue not the way the rule is intended. Because, like I said, you are allowed to have a coach. They just can't be in the way of the official.
Singley, he's going to go deep looking for Shadko. That one's a little too far out in front of him. And so that'll bring up a second down now and 15 for Bella Vista. The line of scrimmage is the 31-yard line. 1:10 to go. Three wides this time. Norwood is the lone setback. Singley's back to pass. He'll send this one downfield. DeRazzo with the reception. And he's going to be spotted down at the 36-yard line. So that'll bring up now a third down and 10. 1:05 to go. Clock is stopped on the out of bounds. Ooh, high snap to Singley. He gives it to Norwood, but this play isn't going anywhere. Norwood gets a yard because he does not go down on first contact, even when the snap is not perfect.
Yeah, and that, you maybe pull that ball and try to chuck it down the field or something there.
Fourth down for Bella Vista. 40 seconds to go. Taylor's wide to the right, 3 men to the short side of the field. Singley's back. Slant pattern. Taylor with the reception across midfield. Taylor is being gang tackled by the entire Woodcreek defense, practically. Across the midfield stripe. That's a first down for Bella Vista.
And they're going to call timeout.
And they are going to call a timeout with 25 seconds to go. That is a pass play that should find itself near the top of the Bella Vista passing playbook. That was beautifully executed. First and 10 Broncos at the 48-yard line. And who knows, maybe it's already there. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's very impressive. So the band is trying to hype up the crowd, hype up the team. As we come out of the timeout, the Broncos with one timeout left, looking to close out the home schedule with a touchdown. Singley will send that one through the hands and kind of bouncing around a couple of players, and then it looked like a Bella Vista player was body slammed at the end. Or maybe he just tripped over.
Yeah, I think he tripped. But there was a Woodcreek player kind of standing there, which made you think maybe some taunting.
It almost kind of looked at it, but if that had really happened, a flag would have flown.
Correct.
I mean, there's no reason for doing that. So, but it was out of the peripheries of my vision. So that's why it kind of looked that way.
Yeah.
Second and 10. Singley. Slant pattern again through the hands of Taylor. So that'll now bring up a third and 10 with 16 seconds to go. Ball at the 48-yard line. Broncos trying to find pay dirt before this penultimate game of the regular season comes to a conclusion. So Taylor again wide to the right, three receivers to the left. Third and 10. Singley. He's going to go deep. He's looking for Durazo, just a little too far out in front of him. 11.6 seconds to go. Now the Broncos, they have one timeout left. They can use all portions of the field. On this play, they can just get the first down. It's 4th and 10. They can get the first down and then maybe set up a more manageable strike to the end zone. You can get the ball maybe, and this is where a few more seconds against Christian Brothers would have helped them last week.
Correct.
Because they were on the move then too. If they could have gotten the ball, well, I mean the last play where it ended, if they had more time left,
Correct.
they could have had a strike at the end zone. 4th and 10 for Bella Vista. Singley, he's going to set up. He's going to go right down the middle of the field, nearly intercepted. That's Juan Dillon that stepped in there and got his hands on it for Woodcreek, knocks it down. The ball will go over on downs, and Woodcreek, with 6 seconds to go, will be able to take a knee here and bring this game and the home schedule for Bella Vista to a conclusion.
Good sportsmanship out here, shaking hands before the final play here.
So Woodcreek will just line it up, victory formation. Dylan England puts the knee to the ground, and that will bring this one to a conclusion and bring the home schedule for Bella Vista to a conclusion. Our final score is 44-21, and the Bella Vista Broncos, they finished their home schedule, well, 2 wins, 3 losses, and the losses being to Ponderosa Christian Brothers and now Woodcreek. We knew this one was not going to be easy tonight, and it certainly wasn't. It was a tough night for Bella Vista. Woodcreek's offense was just unstoppable.
They really were, and when you look at overall play, this is a Bella Vista squad that lost to Inderkum 50-20, 44-21 tonight to a team that lost by 3 to Inderkum. So about, if you had a report card, you would grade things just about the way they played out. Offensively, again, continue to see impressive things by the Broncos. Defensively continues to be a struggle for them. They got one more game next week. It's a short week. The game is on Thursday, the 30th.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on the 30th. So short week for the Broncos to finish up their season. And as you mentioned, the loss tonight will take them out of any playoff hopes they had.
So that must have been a late change to the schedule because it's showing on Max Preps as being on Friday.
Yep, it's Thursday this week.
Well, I guess that means they won't be playing on Halloween.
They will not, no. So, hopefully they can get a win next week against Vista del Lago. They certainly are not the Vista del Lago that played here last year on senior night.
In the rain.
In the rain, but they are still a very good team, as are, the majority of the teams in the CBC, and we will see what Bella Vista brings.
And tonight's game, by the way, concluded the league schedule for Woodcreek. They have a non-league game at home against West Park. That should be their senior night. They'll be taking on West Park next week, and that game is also on Thursday. I wonder if they just moved all the games to Thursday to avoid Halloween.
They might have.
That'd be kind of cool to have games on Halloween. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that is the end of the game tonight. We'll be checking in with Brandon in a few moments. Right now, the team is huddling up. The band continuing to serenade the crowd as they are leaving tonight. Again, big night for Devon Norwood. Jack Singley looked good throwing the ball. Some nice passes.
Yeah, some things that you could certainly build on into next week and into next year, given that both of those young men will be back next year. It's been a bit of a struggle since league play has started for the Broncos.
The Broncos, by the way, have not won since that game against Del Campo.
Correct.
In early September. So just the 2 wins on the year. They fall now to 2-7 and 0-4 in league play with one more game, as you mentioned, which will be on Thursday night against Vista del Lago. Again, NFHS will have the live stream for you if you're not able to head up to Folsom and cheer on the Broncos. You'll be able to watch the live stream next Thursday night, and then welcome the trick-or-treaters to your house on Friday.
That's right, yeah.
So,
yeah, Broncos, looking for a first league win in 2 years as well. Winless in the league last year as well, since the league reorganization that happened a couple years ago. Let's hope that Coach Ott and the Broncos can stampede in, as public address announcer Quincy Douglas would say, stampede in, get a Bronco stampede going against the Eagles.
So, see if they can ground the Eagles.
That's right, ground the Eagles. Yeah.
So we'll see how that transpires next week. The next football broadcast here on BV Live Sports will be in August. So
it'll be, late August, early September.
And we just finished the second of 2 years on the scheduling cycle. So at least as far as the non-league opponents, next year it'll be different, but hopefully Del Campo and Casa both wind up on that schedule next year.
I think they both will be back. I think Oakmont will be back as well. I think that second game is a little bit up in the air. I've heard some things, but don't want to speculate in it. I don't know for sure yet.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes, and then of course the league schedule. It'll probably be in a different sequence than what we saw this year.
Could be, yeah.
So, I mean, Vista del Lago and Woodcreek might show up earlier on the schedule, and
what we do know is we'll
be later.
Yeah, we'll be opposite, right? So all the league games that were at home will be on the road next year. The road games will be at home, but where their location is now that we're out of that 2-year cycle could look different.
Correct. So that will all be released later on. We want to remind you also, as the football season winds down, basketball will be starting up, along with the other winter sports, of course, wrestling and soccer, both boys and girls soccer. That'll all be starting up. We will be focused on basketball here on BV Live Sports and bring you boys and girls basketball again. And that could be starting as early as November 19th. The girls have, again, I'm just going off of Max Preps. The girls have their foundation game at home against Vacaville at 6 o'clock, so I'm presuming the boys will be playing at 7:30 or 8 o'clock that night, and that would be a kind of a neat little way to start the season with a boys and girls doubleheader. So that would be kind of cool, even though the foundation games are not technically the regular season games, they're exhibition games. Still, it'd be kind of fun to begin the season with that. So that's kind of what we have our eyes on. We'll get all that confirmed, and we'll get everything all squared away for you. This being the final game of the year, the final home game of the year, and senior night, and calling out probably some seniors that have played their final home game. There are 16 seniors on the roster, 15 seniors on the roster this year. And that means there's 22 underclassmen, and then why don't we add the 2 more? So 24 underclassmen.
That's right.
So there's your nucleus for next year. History tells us that maybe not everybody's going to turn out next year, but hopefully they do.
That's the hope, right? You want people to come back, and you would hope that with a couple wins this season, with some progress in the right direction, scoring points in games, kind of keeping the crowd into it, that, maybe if there's a student that's, in the stands that's kind of been on the fence about playing, maybe they show up and play. Maybe if somebody moves in. Lots of opportunities for these Broncos.
So the conversation on the field is continuing to take place again. Final home game of the year, so they're taking a little bit longer. That's certainly understandable. And again, it was a tough night for Bella Vista. This one goes Woodcreek's way, 44-21. We recognized a lot of seniors tonight, the 15 football, several from the band, from the cheerleading squad, from the sports medicine side of things.
Yep.
Everybody that's kind of had a hand in helping to support the football program here at Bella Vista was honored tonight. So one more game to go as the Broncos will take on Vista del Lago next week. It looks like the huddle is breaking up. Brandon will escort our players of the game. Again, Devon Norwood had just a tremendous game tonight. More than 200 yards. Looks like Brandon was greeting Hugo for just a second there as well. And we'll see if we can get Coach Ott to come over and give his thoughts as well. So
yeah, lots to do on senior night. Lots of conversations to be had, and lots of families that want to celebrate with their kids and all that. So.
And maybe coming over and talking on BV Live Sports is a little bit more of a tough sell tonight.
Yeah, I would imagine it probably is. It's also pretty cold out, and that always plays.
So we're just
well.
And so we're just kind of awaiting our post-game festivities tonight and getting our players, our interviews done. Good look at the band right now. They've continued to do their part even now with the game being over. So
you can tell that it is cooler tonight because the stands are clear. The visitor stand is completely empty.
Yeah, they're all done and gone.
Yeah.
The Woodcreek players over they're one corner of the end zone to our left. It's like they're just taking their pads off right now as they get ready to board the bus and head home. Maybe make a stop at In-N-Out or something like that.
Get something to eat.
Do something. We'll see. It's not that long of a drive over to Roseville. So Woodcreek, as we mentioned, they've closed out their league schedule. They will finish behind Intercom in league play. And they will move on to the playoffs after closing out the regular season next week at home in a non-conference game against West Park. And again, for the Broncos, I presume there's not going to be any realignment over the offseason, so it's going to be the same league schedule.
Correct.
The same league opponents, I should say, maybe a different look to the schedule. Maybe, the teams there may be a different order of who they play. And we'll see how that happens. And then, of course, there is the 4 road games, the 4 non-league games. And the Broncos, and we'll see if they open up at home again next year. They opened up at home this year, so it's not going to be the inverse exactly, because this was the second of the 2-year cycle. So Who knows? They could open up at home. I presume Del Campo will be on the road, and Casa will be here.
Yeah, I think Oakmont will still be the first game, so that'll be on the road if it is.
Be on the road.
But that second game would then be at home, as would Casa, and then Del Campo on the road, and then into league play. So
indeed, and if there's any Del Campo folks watching, we'd love to come and live stream that game between Bella Vista and Del Campo next year at Del Campo, if you're willing to have us. I think that might be kind of fun. Right now, as we mentioned, we are just awaiting to see if we're going to get any.
I don't know we're going to get anybody tonight.
Okay, I'm double
lots
checking.
Lots of pictures, and kind of forget about that too. Lots of pictures with players and coaches and families and all that good stuff, if you will. All good things.
We're not going to have interviews tonight.
That's okay.
So I was just checking that and got the word here. So that'll close it out here for us. The game is over. The season is over. Want to take some time and say thanks to the folks here at Bella Vista High School for having us for another year. It was a blast to cover this team. We will look forward again to another football season come next year, and then turn our sights to basketball and lacrosse here in the coming year. And Aaron, I guess we'll see you for lacrosse. Right?
A few months. I got to go coach wrestling and the girls wrestling team, and then we'll be back for girls lacrosse in the spring. Indeed.
So we want to say thanks to all of you for joining us throughout the course of the season. Thanks to Julie Tharlson, our producer and camera operator. For Aaron Keogh, I'm George Tharlson. Have a great night. Our final score, once again, 44-21. Woodcreek wins it tonight. Have a great night, great weekend. Good night, everyone.